All right.
Hello.
Alrighty.
Hello.
Oh, that got loud.
Yeah.
John, like to start us off?
Sure. Okay.
Oh, are we going? Are we live?
All right. Well, welcome
Oh.
everybody.
Welcome.
First, yeah, sure.
The inaugural semi-formal podcast. Wow.
Excited. This is gonna be
I-
Many months in the works.
Oh,
Many.
many. How many would you say?
One.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if that, maybe.
One.
like half of one, maybe.
One and a
Maybe
half.
okay.
I don't know.
All right. So,
I think we should go around the table. You know, introduce everybody.
We're not doing it
No,
anymore.
not doing
That
it.
was-
no, that's
Introduce everybody. Do you wanna be introduced first?
All right, sure.
Give your name.
I'm Will. I don't know what else to say. I'm a sailor. Big otter guy.
We're gonna take over from here. What do you want to just?
yeah, right, the description.
For him or for myself?
For him.
yeah,
No,
just
for him.
describe
Describe
it.
him.
Oh, Will's a cute little Irish boy.
Yeah.
Cute.
Probable frat boy eventually.
yeah.
yeah.
Like I'm willing to bet.
Oh, 100%.
He's really cute, so like parents always love him,
And
and that's like always like a plus.
Yeah, definitely.
He does have a
He
little
sails,
big
which is probably like the most bougie thing you can do.
You clearly don't know the sport polo because that's bougie.
Oh,
Okay.
Fact. That's
Well, he sails.
Yeah, he does.
He's the most well-rounded athletically.
Oh, I've never seen
Oh,
him be
yeah.
bad
In
at
the school.
anything.
Yeah, that's
He's
That's
like
a
he's
lie.
just like
he's decent at most
No,
things.
no, I want to hear.
I wouldn't
that's
say
a
he's
lie.
good. He's just good, and it's impressive.
That's
and
true,
I'm
yeah.
jealous because I'm just bad at everything.
I mean, I can't play pool as well as he can, or
Well, I mean, I can't really play pool.
You seem to be a
No.
natural learner.
Yeah, like it's just like you give him lemons and
he makes.
he makes lemonade. Yeah,
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
I,
Round
I
of
came up
applause,
with that
round of applause.
myself.
Great analogy.
Never heard that one before. All right,
You're next.
state
This-
your name,
my-
cuz.
My name is Uzai Tequil. I'm here for diversity purposes.
Thank you for
Oh,
showing.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
need
appreciate
that.
you.
Yeah. Too many white people.
People don't really like me.
No.
That's
Some of them.
Whoa,
do.
whoa.
John sort of like
That's a
just brought me
50-50.
along because I
That's
talk a lot and people don't really they don't like me. But yeah, you guys just move on. It's fine.
All right.
This guy's.
Oh,
a piece
are
of
we still
work.
describing him? or-
I guess he wants us to move on.
I mean-
Well, you guys didn't describe Will yet.
Yeah, no. It's
Okay. Oh yeah. Let's.
So
go back to
John, you should describe Will.
Yeah.
Will's the best person I've ever met in my entire life.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you.
I think that's enough, honestly.
All right.
That's pretty
well said.
modest.
Claps.
You're next.
Yes.
Ethan.
Will is a generally good guy.
I appreciate it.
All around of good moral code, good moral standard. Generally good at pretty much everything he does. A strong 6.5 out of 10.
6.5?
Dude, that's generous.
Six out of 10 on looks. Just purely objective.
Wow.
Objective looks.
I'm looking.
I don't
Stand up
see
guy.
appearance. I really just see what's in here.
That's the
I'm not
biggest
gonna
We'll
lie
get to your
I've
rating
ever
when
heard.
I
we
would
go
put you
around.
I'll put you at an 11 out of 10.
right.
on looks.
Thank you.
If you want to come.
All right.
over.
If you want to piggyback on that.
Successfully acquired prom date. So.
Well, when I look into Will's eyes, I see new universe. I see anything I could ever want,
Wow.
except for success.
Wow.
And all good qualities. Will, you are a piece of work, but I gotta say, you're my friend, and I love you, and not a gay way. I just love you. You're a good guy.
Yeah.
Thank
You're
you.
a stand-up guy. You have plenty of good qualities that you lack.
Now this is where I differ from Matt because I do love you in a gay way.
Oh.
Oh, getting a little hot and heavy here. Let's
gay.
Yeah,
go
no,
on to
Okay,
that.
we'll leave that for later.
Roll back,
We'll
roll
leave that
back, roll
for
back,
later.
roll back, roll back, roll back, roll back, roll back.
All right, so Uzai.
Yes. I already did myself, so
No,
well,
we're
you
still
go.
describing you.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
go ahead.
Sorry.
Let's make this quick.
Uzai, let's see. He's just a guy. He's just a guy, right?
a dude's
wow.
dude.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
And he's
he
absolutely
is.
hilarious.
That's a great way to describe
Oh,
it.
definitely.
He's very funny.
I'm just a guy.
See, he's like weird in a very funny, good way, right?
That
He's
doesn't
like he
judge.
takes everything to a sexual like
extreme almost.
Deeply
Yes.
sexual level.
Yeah, but I think that's
It's
where everything
actually
deserves to be.
astounding.
Exactly.
We have
He
11
has
viewers
deep
right now, by the way,
he can
guys.
get.
Just
That's
put that
That's
out.
actually quite
Thank you
impressive.
guys for
Oh my
tuning in.
God.
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
welcome. welcome.
Yeah,
Hello,
welcome. Thank you.
hello.
Who's as a two? Jutton,
that
you have
John?
no right to talk.
All right, John.
You have no place in
Whoa.
this
What's
podcast.
that?
Do we have the ability
Hot
to
take.
just like ban
Give me
him?
a mute.
He's 1/11 of our
No,
total
well,
viewers all
We
time,
can
and
leave
we're
him in
kicking
for
him.
now, but I'm just
If
saying.
he gets a little testy, we're just gonna.
Yeah.
Oh, he sure is a little testy. Heyo.
That's what she said. Huh?
could use some testes.
Oh.
No.
Sorry, I'm posting.
All right,
Moving
continue,
swiftly-
please.
moving swiftly
John,
onward.
describe Uzai in your own words and get off your damn phone.
Uzai, I'm okay.
Phone's-
Uzai is the best person I've ever met in my life.
You just said that about Will.
No, it's fine. We'll take that.
Joint
Next.
talk?
Go,
You're
just
next,
go.
you're next,
Keep
you're
going.
next.
Uzai's good. He is one of two left-leaning members of the podcast thus far. He's good looking.
All right, come on. We're gonna stay away from the
Yeah,
politics,
yeah,
guys,
yeah,
for
we're
now.
just-
Oh no, I should. Okay, yeah, never mind. He.
Libtards United, right here.
If you're a 6, oh, that's hard.
I can't believe I'm a 6.
Not the
I
only-
don't know if
I'm-
I should be offended.
I think
It's a
I'm
very hard
offended.
scale.
No, I think. six
No,
is pretty-
I'm like
Since
Portnoy
five
in my
is
reviews.
since 5 is average.
5 is average, so you're
Six
above
is
average.
6 is good. I
Mr.
take
Nair
6.
was right.
Is it
I think
assessment,
I would say I'm
feel.
right under.
You're.
Will.
I feel mean saying 5'5", but 6 is generous. I'd go 5'7",
I think they're the same because they're different types.
They
Yeah,
are
in the upper
because he's got the
echelon,
height.
please.
6 even.
I'm taller
He
than
does
you,
have the
though.
height.
I think we're like
like
the same, or he
5'4".
might be taller.
I just have this perception of
5'7",
Will because
podcast.
when I met you, you were very short,
Yeah.
but now you're not.
I was short and round. Now I'm tall.
Tall and round.
Not, well,
Oh, so-
Yeah.
less round, but still.
We'll call you. We'll give you. Yeah, we'll give you 6.
Well done.
I'll take that.
Alright.
Any of the week.
All right, it's my turn. My turn. All right. See, Uzai, you kind of look like a Lego minifig.
He's got the
That's-
Lego minifig
yeah.
hair.
John's got a-
You're right,
John's
actually.
got a
He's
hot
like
take.
placed
John's got a
onto
hot
the
take
skull.
on the board.
John
If
has a-
Will's a 6, Uzai is a 5'5".
Uzai does
mean,
have no
Yeah,
drip.
I mean that's
Yeah, I
that's
said-
reasonable.
That's true. I
Oh
do
my
think we should
God.
mention Uzai has 0 drip. He
You-
wears sweatpants to school every day.
The
Okay,
thing
okay.
is-
Well, that's
well,
just
that's
because
just- that's
I'm
just-
not a
Watch it.
Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Yeah.
Well, in
Thank
the
you,
end,
thank you.
I think you are once again a great guy. I'm happy to be surrounded by most of you.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna
Thank
get to
you.
who's not.
Thank you.
That's
And,
that's troubling.
All right.
Seeing that there's 2 of us left. other
John.
than
No,
him.
so will you go for John?
All right. John Kokoza. Interesting. So when I met you over the summer, right? I mean, when I first met him, it was probably a year ago when he still went to CBA and he sailed for CBA. And I like didn't know what to expect, but when he came to when I actually met him, he was like completely different than what I had anticipated and expected, in a good
Like,
way
okay.
though. Like
Yeah.
he is definitely one of my favorite people. He's very funny, very kind.
You. Stop.
You.
That was really cute.
That was
Yeah,
really
no,
cute.
That's letting your
And
heart
he's just
out.
been a great friend to me ever since he's come to Rennie.
Hey,
Yeah.
Thank you.
now I feel bad insulting all you guys, but not bad enough to care.
Yeah.
All
right.
Now you're up.
John, my fellow libtard.
Yeah. Again, we're just gonna not.
Right. Stupid.
It's just so ingrained in our minds at this point.
I mean, like, I met you and I'm like, this guy looks really interesting. And then I invited you to my house and I'm like, this guy is definitely part of the crew. He's gonna
So-
fit right in.
I remember that night.
Dude, I'm serious, man. Knock on wood, we love you, man.
What did you not?
why did you not come
why'd
with?
you- why'd you-
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't really understand that reference at all. I just do it.
That's a jinx.
Well,
Yeah.
Is it really?
When in Rome.
That means like saying, I really hope I don't love you in the future.
All right.
Okay.
That is epic. Let's
Yeah,
clip that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No.
John, you
yeah.
get on that.
Are you good?
Sorry,
I don't think John has the IQ
Hold on,
to.
folks.
already got to call it.
Sebi wants a call in here.
Later,
No,
Sebby,
no,
later.
We'll get to
no,
that in a
is
minute. We'll get to that in a
later.
minute. I
Oh,
promise.
trust me, we'll have a lot of that. And it won't-
So,
Okay. So John Koza is probably one of the more interesting people I've met in quite some time.
Yeah.
This guy just rocks up the Ranny with that
yeah.
BDE. Listen,
Yes,
I don't know what you're packing
yes.
down there, but my God, you just exude energy.
okay.
BD.
He does.
You are just the most
But-
personable, outgoing man I've met in a long time, and I respect that about you.
Yeah.
And you're a very good friend and nice person.
Thank you.
And 5'7".
this entire thing is just trying to us just complimenting each other.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so
And it's-
It's a
wholesome,
circle
right?
jerk, literally.
Yeah.
Yes, it's-
Well, at least it's a
You
half
died
jerk.
for our sins. Like you got the beating up, so that
That's
we could
true.
all be.
Yeah,
called
That's
back
true.
up.
That's true.
Oh, and look who's here.
Siobhan?
No.
Who's Papa Smoke 69 420?
Who do you think?
We know it's you.
Oh, we know.
Okay.
We know. We're just saying it. For
As
the sake of
soon as I asked that, I knew exactly who
yes,
it was.
Yes,
too. That's
Mr.
the funny
Nair.
part.
That is indeed Justin.
This is
Ronaldo.
such a high school.
We'll get to that being later when I'm talking.
No,
about someone
we're gonna
from
get to
a
more
long
intellectual
time.
conversation for now, but
That was
Are,
too
are
funny.
we
For now, it's just-
continuing on with the compliments on each other? Like I feel like I.
Well,
got
I have to
beat
be
up
the
pretty bad.
the breaker. You know, I have to.
You're
stop
Simon
the
Cowell
chain.
to this.
All right, now.
Yeah, I'll be
yeah,
Simon.
it's Simon Cowell.
Okay, yeah, go ahead,
The
Matt.
first impression I had of John was during a flex soccer game where I immediately saw him as frictionless. This man slides around the turf like he's got soap on linoleum tile. He's running on that thing. I mean,
you know what?
he's a stand-up guy in the end. It's actually he's a stand-down guy, seeing as how much he falls during soccer.
Good one.
That's good.
Well,
Heyo.
thank you. I pride
joke.
myself. We're getting more bad jokes later if you want to stick around. Anyhow, yeah, John's an individual.
That is a very good way to put it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That was definitely the most genuine and nice of everything that was said.
It's also the most general. He's an individual.
He
I
is an
mean,
individual.
Just like every
Matt
single other
has-
human.
Matt
just
just
like
has
all
a heart
7
of
billion
gold.
of
I'm
us.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not good at giving compliments because I hate a lot of you.
Thank you.
At
That's actually the most personal I think Matt's ever gotten to.
No,
That was very cute, Matt. Matt, I think Matt's crying right
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
is he shedding a tear?
Yeah.
Guys, you got a smudgy collab? I'm sorry, but sorry, we don't associate with higher beings.
Yeah, we're trying to
Once
bring
we
religion
get
into
to
this podcast.
that level, we'll think
Yeah,
about
we need
it.
we need to get big before we can just hop into Smudgy's gaming
Yeah.
channel.
Alright.
Like you don't just go from.
Okay, so
New Master 69.
next to Ethan. I feel like we should go through this a little bit faster.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
agree.
Bang this up.
Let's go. Well,
All right, Ethan is a soccer player.
That's for sure.
all right, that's it. Well done. That's it.
Next.
I've known Ethan since 4th grade. All right.
Also true.
Yes. We've been very good friends.
No, wait, you're
He's a very nice
talking
guy.
No, too much.
That's
Oh,
too
I
much.
apologize. That's my bad.
Ethan is fluent in Mandarin.
Wow.
Not at all
That is a
true.
lie.
What is wrong when Fei Chang Gu Hao? That means my Chinese is very bad in Chinese.
At least you know.
Oh, see, fluent. Okay. Ethan is never in dress code.
No,
That's true. Not once.
Well done. Well done.
All right. So there's. Oh, we got.
I gave this
oh,
massive-
Oh, here we go. Give it to me. Come on, come on.
Okay.
Boost my ego.
Shoot.
Matt is.
You can stop there. All right.
That is.
That is.
I
There
am.
we go.
Just like Smudgy, he is. He is who is.
I feel like
That is
if-
not a person, he's an idea.
yes, I
Well, that's
actually agree with
Justin
that.
Ronaldo, but.
Matt is the embodiment of just death.
Yeah.
Okay.
know?
No,
Now,
emotion.
please
Like-
actually take that back, because that makes me seem so edgy that I feel that.
Teleports behind you.
Yeah, that's
Derek, DVAS #1, please don't say that. We're well aware of our terribleness. Please don't try to boost our
Ethan's
ego.
the best. John and I literally love you.
John, nobody likes
Jonathan, you can
Matt
leave.
I
is
like
here.
Jonathan, okay?
Can we
Okay,
ban, can
but-
we ban
but-
John
but-
now? Can we
John
ban
cannot.
John
No,
now?
Joe, not banning
For
Jonathan.
realsies on God, no cappuccino. All right. Matt is cool. Thank you.
That's
true.
John.
Thank you.
Matt's
My
a good
body
guy and
temperature
very,
is
very
3
talented
degrees
artist and
lower than
animator.
average.
Yes, yes.
So, I would
Excuse me,
say.
John.
That, I know.
I'd like for you to give
I
me
would
a
say
compliment.
that Matt is an enigma.
Yes.
Enigma.
But
Ooh.
he's very
Ooh, hot
enigmatic,
take.
which is the adjective form of the word.
Good.
I think, you know. so I think, oh, see, he does love you.
Justin,
Um,
Papa Smoke 69420,
ban-
which is a name I wish never to repeat. You're going ham in the chat, and unfortunately,
We're gonna have to.
it's
We
not
might
the
have to
kind of ham that I'm wishing for.
We might have to chat ban you, unfortunately.
No, don't, please.
Yeah, no. He's
provides
an
energy.
Let him stay around.
Yeah,
It's
So,
fine, alright, fine.
Adds character.
no,
I can't wait for the Collins. When
Yes.
we-
All right,
Justin-
Collins.
Matt
Yeah,
makes me
interesting.
very pleased.
I'm a pleasing
He's a
individual.
very pleasurable guy.
No,
Alright,
we
not
also
pleasurable,
mentioned-
pleasing.
We also mentioned that Matt got a perfect score on his
Please,
ACT.
no.
Perfect score.
Very good. Congratulations.
36.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
35-5.
That's
Oh,
it,
and
It was.
he is a Will's a 6.
Oh,
That's a
wasn't-
benchmark. He's tall. Hair could use some work.
Wait, why
good-
did I get it?
good brow. Oh, I
Matt.
didn't get you
Okay,
too.
Matt has great facial structure.
He does.
That's
He does.
true.
Like,
Kidding me?
for
I have a
sure.
resting bitch face.
I know, but that's
it's a
attractive.
good
Here, let me
resting
show you
bitch
in the
face.
camera. This is my face when I'm not looking at people. And this is my face when I'm looking at people I don't like. It hasn't changed.
Matt's a 7.
Matt's a 7.
No!
That's a 7.
Are you kidding me?
And John. Oh no, I gave you.
I look in the mirror and I turn to stone in the
Oh,
morning.
we need a
I'm
donate
trying to
button,
name a
guys.
Medusa.
Like these guys are trying to donate to us.
Donate.
Really?
What
You
I'm
guys
sorry,
have
we
lost
only,
your damn
we
minds.
only accept rupees.
For John.
Ayo.
We'll be accepting donations
right.
next time.
We only accept
Next time.
Venezuelan dollars.
stuff.
All right, let's go.
You know the RuneScape currency is worth more than a single Venezuelan dollar?
Well,
Yeah, I
we're-
heard they're actually burning that money down to the gold that's in it, which actually
Really?
costs more.
Yeah, it's literally not worth having. It's like
Okay,
they'd rather
but-
use like paper currency.
Can we
Size
talk
of
about
paper.
RuneScape currency? Because that's kind of dope. Like RuneScape's like
Oh my
low-key
God,
shit.
I'm not an expert.
No,
Sorry.
there's
I know what
people
RuneScape
go
is.
crazy with
Yeah,
that thing.
I-
They have bots.
To be honest.
I was watching a video. Some dude, there's like this base. The most worthless item is called a monkey nut. Yes.
I want to
it's
learn
the
more
monkey-
about this monkey.
That was my
nut.
nickname back in high school.
Haha, that's what she said. So this man
Yeah.
has so many monkey nuts that there's other things. People have gotten a large amount of cash in the game, so they eventually, when it starts to overflow, you get something called a platinum coin, which is worth the max amount of money you can hold at one time. This man has gotten a platinum monkey nut.
So
what is that? What is that?
He
entail?
holds
In
over
layman's terms.
9,999, and it's all monkey nuts. And he has spent his entire time getting.
How much is that
Wait,
worth?
yeah,
like
wait.
in USD?
Nothing.
Can
it's
you-
worthless.
Okay, but
Okay, so
but what he
that's-
exchanged for it?
You think I'm well aware of the
like
exchange
time.
rate between monkey nuts
And US dollars.
I was at because you talked to me about
Let
a
me
platinum
just
coin.
check it on my phone. No, all right, let's
The
see
platinum
here.
coin. What is
Wait, I'm
that?
actually curious.
Actually, you know what? I
What
won't,
game is this
because
for? What is
Yeah,
this
wait,
for?
RuneScape.
This is
RuneScape.
Oh.
You were the one who initiated the conversation.
I didn't know this about RuneScape. You
Well,
should
I
have told
don't
me.
really know
You just
anything
said
about
5 minutes
RuneScape.
ago.
V-Bucks
Yes.
is worth more than the entire country.
You actually might be right about
true.
that.
These 5 girls are so pretty. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
you.
kind.
Who said that?
Who said that? Who's?
I'm gonna murder you. Casual death.
Your
threats.
IP has been leaked. Hide. Go to the
They just
basement,
start
lock the
reading
door.
the address of the fest out loud.
V-Bucks greater than the entire country of Venezuela.
Yeah,
Good.
it's sad.
Good.
They just
Yeah,
send the
dude, I
photos
can get
out.
the John Wick soon.
So, John, you set an agenda for today.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
Where? All right,
We're ready
let's-
to open up for Collins.
let us-
Are we
let us
really
start.
already?
I don't know about
Is it?
Collins,
No,
but
no,
we
no,
do have
not
stuff
yet.
before
Well,
that.
Yeah,
to
let's-
lead into the Collins,
Let's do the.
we do have a special guest segment. Anyone wanna? Do you wanna maybe?
How do we have a special guest? We have 5 people.
Oh, they're gonna call in.
Oh.
What?
You haven't
just
heard?
said. But
Are we?
Heard.
Are we talking about?
Okay,
Are we talking
All
about
right,
Top
well-
Smoke?
we're talking about Papa Smoke.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's time.
Does
Are
he
we-
know?
Are we calling in?
He says he's calling right now.
Is Papa
All right.
Smoke here?
Papa Smoke.
Wow.
Call in.
I hear he's from Israel.
Said call failed.
That's
So we're gonna
unfortunate.
give him a minute to figure that out. In the
Yeah.
meantime, name some numbers. I guess. I'm just kidding.
Let's see.
Six.
Those in the chat, if you want to be called, just tell
you wanna
us.
call
We'll
in.
keep looking.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, no. We're,
All right. In the meantime, here's a hot
Did I
take.
get my number correctly?
Well, hot takes we're gonna save for later.
No, all right.
Alright,
Here,
we
let me
wanna-
just get a base discussion because I've been talking about this with my other friends. And
Oh.
we have not been able to.
I'm
come
sorry to
to
cut you off, but we do have somebody on the line.
oh.
Oh, it's
Someone-
time. Here we go.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Oh,
I
hello.
heard something.
You speak up. Nada.
Okay.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
I know.
For those who are looking to call, please just
Say something.
say something in the chat. For God's sake.
What's the name? Where's you from?
Who is this?
This should be
Papa Smoke.
Papa Smoke. Yeah.
I,
Oh,
I hear something.
he's.
I'm not gonna be that guy, but this shit sounds awful. Like,
Thank
I appreciate you.
Oh
We
my!
appreciate you.
Thank you, Papa Smoke.
Thank
You didn't
you.
even introduce yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Who are you? Where are you from?
all right, so I'm from a country in the Eastern Mediterranean. Definitely not 20 minutes from the recording studio.
Okay.
All right, good to
We
know.
need a name and an address,
Yeah.
or at least the country of
Well,
origin.
Name, address, IP, credit card details.
Do tell.
Oh, you know what it is? He's getting it on like a 10-second delay.
Oh.
Is that
Wait,
so? Is that what's happening?
isn't-
No, he should.
Yeah, we should be getting it on your phone.
I think he just has bad connection or something.
Maybe
All right. Well, I
we-
guess.
You guys have bad connection, but either way, let's get back to the Venezuela topic. All right, so Rico. Okay, so
I'm listening closely, Justin. You gotta
Yeah,
you
we
gotta-
need you to
You gotta
speak
speak up.
just scream. You're very good at that.
That works. I think I got that part.
Right?
Yeah. If we get Mike here to
That's Mike.
translate that, I think we have something on our hands here.
Is that it for Toe Talk?
Okay, so that was supposed to be a 10-minute segment called Toe Talk with Justin, but
But apparently he does not want to talk to us because our podcast sucks.
towards that.
You're incoherent. What was that?
he left.
Well,
All right,
was
well,
very interesting.
round of
That
applause.
was-
That was,
All right.
thank you. Thank you.
You know,
Thank you for coming to my toe talk.
sometimes you have to fall and then get up again.
Okay,
Okay?
for
That
those-
was
For
certainly
those
something.
looking to
Oh,
call in,
yes,
please
John.
call John Kokoza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My
Well, how about we do some hot takes first?
Yeah,
in the
I
meantime-
agree.
can
Let's
let
get
people
in
comment about
let's
them.
get in the meat potatoes of this podcast,
right,
and
here-
then we do Collins.
Let me start out because someone here knows what I'm about to say, and we have been discussing this. It's a sort of battle, all right, between two individuals, and we have not come to a clear conclusion because I am set on who would win.
Okay.
Okay, so we have Helen Keller.
oh no.
Oh, good.
Oh, brother.
Helen Keller
I already hear where this is
with
going.
a Glock
Okay.
versus a Roomba with a chainsaw.
Well, think about it this way. Ready? So, Helen
Who
Keller's
would win? Who could kill the other?
so her perception
Helen Keller
is
with a Glock.
Yeah.
no. You gotta think, ready. Her perception skill 0, strength, dexterity probably very low. If anything, the only thing she maintains is intelligence and wisdom. So
Okay. Well,
that doesn't. That's
But
not.
how does that apply with the Roomba with
How much
the chainsaw?
ammo do
let's-
you
Roomba
have?
is
So
Has
Glock-
standard ammo,
I
full magazine.
believe it's 12 bullets around, right? In a Glock magazine.
Does she
So-
have
No,
a
no,
sniper?
no, if she could feel the vibrations of the chainsaw and
Yes,
she can detect.
yes. This is what my point was, but one of our viewers, Seth, doesn't.
Helen Keller would win.
I for sure think she would sense it and just spam right trigger.
But she only has 12
She
rounds.
can't
Is it like an
see.
infinite amount of rounds in this hypothetical
No, this is 12
situation,
rounds.
Or she
We're
get
saying
one magazine?
12.
Only one mag?
In that case, Roomba wins over time.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Here's
what-
I
what think is
respect that she
that
has very good perception and
the
can feel
Roomba.
it.
The Roomba is it's emotionless. It doesn't. It doesn't.
No, no,
it
here.
doesn't discriminate.
Let me
Just
let me
like-
add more detail. The Roomba is driven not by energy but bloodlust.
Okay, so it
It
is
is a
actively
partially
seeking her.
It
So
is
it's
a
not a
partially
Roomba.
sentient being. No, it moves like a Roomba. However, its
Looks like a
final
Roomba.
intention, it's.
Can we just say it's like a
demands
Goomba,
mission.
though?
It's a Roomba that will never die.
It's
essentially.
yes.
Well,
Unless,
if it
unless
never-
acted on by an outside source, i.e. a Glock.
Its mission is to destroy Helen Keller and leave her as hamburger meat on the floor.
Oh my god.
Roomba wins.
terrible.
This
I
will
think a
take
Roomba
place.
wins.
I
This
really
will
do.
take place in a
Just-
10 by
just
10
based
meter
on-
box.
No,
I think Helen Keller could quite literally shoot herself in the foot.
no. Roomba definitely wins because you have to
Actually,
consider.
yeah. Wouldn't it could take a couple? You know,
No, shoot,
one shot is
even-
not enough to kill it.
Even if you shoot it directly in the center of mass,
Yeah,
which
it
she will
still
definitely not be
wouldn't
able
power
to do, it'll be fine. It's metal. It'll just glitch
You
out
probably
for
need a
no,
couple of
it's gonna-
shots to connect to bring that
Yes.
thing down.
And the thing is, Helen Keller, here's what my idea was. She could go and feel her way into
true.
the corner.
She could shoot the ceiling. She doesn't know better.
Helen Keller could feel her way into the corner. She's not like a vegetable.
Ooh, that is
So
smart.
that
yeah.
means it literally reduces her
Yeah.
necessary...
Hitbox, yeah.
not her hitbox.
Hitbox.
Well, I
it
mean,
does.
in a sense, yes.
What if Roomba uses
The-
grab?
The,
Like, what
oh,
happens?
yeah.
It
she
doesn't
can
have
use shield.
appendages.
The
Well,
thing is, the
grab, break,
Roomba
shield.
now can only come at from
Grab,
set
break, shield,
angles,
yeah.
and she can then... It's just a reduced
So
area.
to make it clear, are you Team Roomba or Team Helen Keller? I'm Team Roomba.
I think I'm Team Roomba.
I'm
as
Team
well.
Roomba as well.
I'm Team Roomba because I feel that once she goes down from one hit...
It's over.
It's yeah, she's maimed in that.
Is this
at that
are we
point.
in
It's-
consensus?
It's done.
Helen Keller loses. She's white.
I think it's the.
No, that is.
All right, so I think
Good point.
I think
That's
it's,
not a
I thought
thing.
that was a good one.
That's
I
a
think
good
that,
discussion,
That was
yeah.
quick though.
Yeah,
I feel like I feel
Not
like
enough
we reached
debate.
maybe a more
Yeah.
I
divisive.
feel like we reached clear and like
Yeah,
good
that's
conclusion.
surprising. I'm surprised. It took
That was
us
good.
at least an
Do
hour to
do we
get.
go gorilla?
So Ethan, I think you're next.
Okay, I have two topics of discussion. So there's a fictitious food fight. It's a food fight to the death.
Oh yes.
You can only bring one food to kill your opponent. What food
Oh
are you
my
bringing?
god, I heard about
What
that.
food are you bringing and why?
Okay, so
That's
that's
actually
tough.
Elephant. Raw elephant.
No,
Terrible.
within reason. Let's not be silly here.
Okay,
What are you,
the-
what are you
all right.
talking about?
Is water?
What's the last time you've eaten raw elephant?
Yesterday?
is,
Okay, touche.
I can get my elephant gun from my car.
Who's your elephant guy? Can you introduce me to him? I've been looking for an elephant guy for
Oh,
years.
I gotta go.
Donald
But
Trump.
yeah,
Jr.
within reason.
All right.
I think a coconut or like a
I'm
butternut
gonna go.
squash is a.
Yeah.
Can I use just like a ham?
Yeah, I don't.
You swing that thing around
I'm
like
serious.
a battle axe?
I'm
That's Team
serious.
Fortress,
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Yeah.
There's my. Is water a food item?
It is a drink.
It's a drink.
Does that count as a food item?
Okay,
Yeah, but how would
there's
you use
there
it?
is
It's
there's a
definitely
techni-
consumable.
there's a
My,
technicality.
my theorem is that
Okay.
if you
Can I
let me
just say one
pause
thing
it,
real quick?
please, sir? If you have a vat of boiling
Wow.
water, that's instant win, I think.
Yeah.
But do you say like, this is some good water. It's very hungry. I can't wait to drink this water. I don't say eat this water.
Yes.
Eat is relating to food.
Okay, there's also
Okay,
like a
water's
technicality.
off limits,
It has
water's
to
off
be.
limits.
It has to be like because my initial thoughts when I was proposed this question was like I'm gonna bring a peach and just force
Seth, we're
feed
gonna
him,
cover that in a
force feed
Rock
him the
Mountain
pit because it has
oysters. That's
cyanide.
a good
in it.
idea. An oyster bag. You swing that thing around.
That's not what a Rocky Mountain oyster is.
Gorilla?
I'm gonna go see in a second.
Oh, I know it. Oh,
Yeah, we're
I
getting-
know
we're
you're
getting-
right.
we're getting- So
That's just it's a Palestine-Israel conflict.
Alright,
This
we'll
you
get there in a
can't
minute.
solve.
We'll get there in a
We'll
minute.
get there in a second.
I think that you need something obviously hard enough,
I think
to
my thinking is
damage
coconut.
honestly think
bone,
coconut,
but
yeah,
something
I
that
agree
can be
with coconut.
grasped.
Which is coconut.
That's what she said.
Relax.
She did say that.
I think
I was
ham is
there.
just is
Coconut.
a good
And they-
answer.
you
Just
can
a
throw
massive.
the
I
ham.
think
coconut,
ham
and
is a
it's
good
hard,
answer,
so
but I
if it
think
hits
Because
coconut.
it is heavy
you
and
have
you
to
can
specify
But a ham is
mutton.
gonna deteriorate over time. You can hit someone with a
Okay,
coconut
listen.
10,000 times.
What
yeah.
if- have you ever eaten
If you
anything
get like
sharp?
if you get like a chop, right? So you have the bone that you can hold it by and just like a thick piece of meat around it.
Ooh.
It's essentially
Could
just
we-
A club. It's a club.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
we bring in like bone, like
I was gonna say bone marrow.
bone in steak and just like get rid of the steak and then sharpen the edge of your.
Ooh.
No, no,
what?
there's no out.
Yeah.
It's you have
Oh,
your.
it's-
You
in
can't
its
like
rawest
sharpen
form.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, here, have
you
this.
can-
Okay. Okay.
Raw swordfish.
Oh, that's a win.
Oh
It's a
wow.
sword,
All right,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
over.
it's a
It's
sword.
over.
Yeah.
Let's
Good
call it
point.
a day.
Wow. Wow.
Now let's keep this going on. Imagine the
Somebody
swordfish.
just did what's it called?
Oh, the kappas. Yeah.
What are we talking about? We're talking about or we were
I have one.
talking
I have a great question.
All right,
Way
you
to
said you
interrupt
had another
Matt.
one.
Let him speak.
sorry.
Jeez.
Yeah, come on.
Oh my god.
Sorry, the
Alright.
crowd of people are asking for this
think-
specific debate.
Next.
Yeah, so this was about a food fight to the death, and which food would you bring, provided you could only bring one food? Now, John Kokoza, please.
But I thought,
I'm sorry.
Did Ethan not have another one? I thought you said you had a second debate.
Oh no.
We'll leave it for later.
Yeah.
It's
Come on.
more of an unpopular.
Let's hear it,
opinion.
John.
Okay.
Well, if the boiling water's not gonna go, I guess maybe. I mean, how many of the food item am I
Are we
allowed?
still on food on him?
You're allowed one food item, and it's no external forces like you're boiling water or sharpening a bone.
Okay. So let me think here because I
Oh,
gotta
just
be real.
pick the water fresh from the
I mean,
vine.
watermelon's pretty strong.
Too heavy.
kinda
It
heavy.
would,
Too
it
slow
would
with it.
crack too
It's gonna
early,
break.
You're
too heavy.
with it.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
thinking
right,
that thing
you're
was Patrick. It's like a
You
watermelon.
have to find a
fresh from
balance,
the
and that's what I like with
fields.
the.
That's
the
what I like
whole-
about
the whole
coconut.
meat thing.
That's
You
what
can
I like.
handle it.
You
It's
could
hard.
literally
If
pick
it
it
does
up and
break, you have
throw it.
sharp shards.
Okay, you're
That's
gonna
what
get
I'm thinking. Okay, ready?
splinters
Let me-
from like the little
No.
boils
Ready?
on the end.
Splinters.
Shark.
On like the
shark.
shell?
Shark. If you take like a shark that's like this.
Shark
big-
I'm not
tooth.
carrying in a live shark.
No, it's dead.
Shark tooth. Wait, shark tooth.
Shut up.
Does that
Shark
count?
tooth.
If you grab it
more of a
by, if you
technicality.
hold it by its like
Do you
tail
eat
section,
shark
they have a
tooth?
handle, and when you deal damage,
handle.
right, the abrasive skin will,
Ooh, that's a good
Oh,
point.
recoil damage.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
recoiled.
You know,
What's the
Thorns?
stats? What's the stats of this weapon?
Porcupines?
I mean,
Just throw a porcupine?
Do you
No,
eat
you don't really
porcupine?
eat porcupine.
I think it's more.
Sam Tarley
Hey, you can eat
min-maxed
whatever you
the
want.
The
law.
point of the
Oh,
debate is.
rattlesnake.
That's what he's like.
Rattlesnake poison.
People eat snakes.
Speaking of snakes
pufferfish.
and gorillas.
Saltwater
Pufferfish.
Oh yes, the
I didn't even
poisonous.
consider that. Not only are they toxic, but they have barbs as well, and it could
Yeah.
be.
And they
thrown
make
like
you
a-
dizzy,
No.
dude, like in Minecraft.
That's a common misconception. The pufferfish is just the thing that puffs up. The burrfish is the spiny one.
I bring Aiden.
Of
Is that
course,
so?
dude,
But are
of
they
course
are they
Matt knows
both
this, man.
are they
I'd
both
bring it
toxic, or is it just one
Yeah,
that's
only
toxic?
one. Well, they actually are, as far as I know, toxic. But the
Yeah.
fugu fish is the toxic one.
Same with the rock.
How do you know this
the
shit,
rock
man?
fish.
Are
We're
One
going down
nature
the wiki-
documentary.
do electric eels
Yeah, I watched-
maintain their ability to
No.
electrocute
No.
post-mortem?
Nope.
No.
Rockfish, also one of the most poisonous fish.
I was gonna say
on the
lionfish,
planet.
yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
just bring like a
Like,
megalodon,
literally,
even
if
if it's
you
dead. Just
step-
like
I mean,
hide
if
in
we're
it.
going down
Hide.
this route, then I mean, you could. I think it's the more of the point
I'm
of the
just
debate
gonna-
is like less technicality, like a shark tooth or like a poisonous fish. It's
Yeah,
supposed
no,
to
I
be like
understand.
a conventional food.
How about just like a wicker
I
basket
think-
of poison
think
dart
co-
frogs?
Actually,
They're on
Coconuts
people.
have holes in it, right? Like a bowling ball.
Yes.
You
So
can
you
drill
can
holes
essentially
into it.
put your fingers
don't
in
think
there.
they
The hole
naturally-
in the
They
bowling
don't
ball.
naturally have
naturally-
bowling
I don't
ball
think they
holes.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of like
No,
video
well,
games.
they actually do. They have 3 spots
Well,
on them
naturally
that
they're
are
green,
weaker
right?
points. Yes, they come in a like a green casing of sorts, and then what
Yeah,
you do is
yeah.
you husk it,
Right,
like
now-
husking
now-
a piece of
now
corn.
John
but it's
says
thicker.
grapefruit.
That is one of the most stupid
That's
things
the
I've
dumbest
ever
thing,
heard.
Yeah, that's,
John,
that's
come
That
on.
is
John, I love you, but that's wrong.
John,
Bad
grapefruit
answer.
is a low tier.
Low
We're
IQ.
We're talking about. We're
Yeah,
talking about
uh,
swordfish. We're talking about poison dart frogs. I mean, I eat poison dart frogs like popcorn on the weekend.
I ate a grapefruit 3
I
days
built
ago.
up an immunity
and
to
I didn't
those
die.
toxic.
Okay, I know what argument John's gonna bring up, and I really want him to get there because this one is probably the most controversial.
No,
Go, please go.
I wanna
you were
do that
thinking the
one.
gorilla one, correct?
who wins in a fight?
Oh,
Gorilla
yes.
or
Oh,
anaconda?
that was my second point of contention.
Gorilla or an anaconda? Now I'm gonna pause it. I'm
Unpopular
gonna.
opinion was your unpopular opinion anaconda?
No.
Wait, okay.
No, that was.
I'm
just a
going
point.
to describe both sides of the argument, ready, and then we're going to leave it open for debate. So, gorilla, right, is arguably one of the strongest animals, by body mass. So,
Uh-huh.
and we've never seen a fully ripped gorilla. They don't know like bench press techniques or
Have you
anything. Like,
seen a shaved chimp?
I have
I'm getting off topic
Why do you say
here.
like that's a normal thing to say?
Have you?
Anyways,
I feel like
continue.
it's his
continue,
background on
continue.
his phone or something, dude. Like,
You consider that once a gorilla grabs the anacondas are slow. They're not fast. They're
That is
designed.
There's just.
They're designed
Okay,
to.
I'm going to let you.
If
continue.
a gorilla can wrap its massive hands and grasp the neck, I mean, I consider it just swinging it around.
It would
until-
totally do that.
It's now the
Absolutely.
anaconda, however, has one of the highest constitutions ever. It is arguably it's like very, very difficult to kill an anaconda. Like
Yeah.
it's
Well,
very strong, very durable, and so if it can tire out the gorilla, because gorillas don't have like they don't sprint, they don't have a lot of energy. So if you can get the gorilla tired, even just grab one limb, it's game over.
yeah.
So I think it's
That's what my
how
problem was,
well
yeah.
the gorilla plays the game.
I think
arguably.
it's gorilla like 8 times out of 10 and
Oh,
anaconda.
no.
I agree with Ethan on that one.
Gorilla has intelligence on its side.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
It
I
has
completely
that's
agree.
gorillas don't have tool use, but they have
Gorillas
are-
have-
But they-
yeah, they're intelligent.
Insane
Yeah.
strength. The anaconda is not going to be able to maintain being.
Well,
The anaconda has to play the
Snap
waiting
in
game.
half.
Can I just
Anacondas
paint a
are
scenario real quick?
Incredibly strong
So
beasts by
So,
themselves because
a scenario would be like an anaconda is coming for the gorilla, right? And like
Of
it wraps
course,
around
as
his
they
leg
go.
or something.
well, the leg's gone. If once the anaconda gets around the
Here's
leg,
what
it's
I'm-
gone.
So
It'll
what if he
crush
just
it.
took his leg and started like kicking a tree or something? So like
No,
Well,
because
now
I
we're
think it's
considering
more.
outside
I think we're more
environment.
talking about like controlled environment, like a cage match of sorts.
Just like a white.
Yeah,
but then
exactly.
but then
Box.
the
Well, if it's
anaconda would have
anything-
no element of surprise,
the
nothing. It's
anaconda
just
would
1v1.
I feel like the anaconda
Epic battle
would be.
simulator.
Yeah,
style.
that's what we were discussing. That's why I
I feel
said
like
that.
anaconda would be would be definitely outmatched in that scenario because the anaconda is meant to blend into its environment and get lost into.
That's actually a very
Yeah,
good
jungle
point.
is
Gorillas
nice.
don't rely on
It
count.
depends on the nature.
They put all their
of the
evolution points
setting.
into.
Strength.
We need Papa Smoke back, dude.
He does want to call back, so in a minute we'll let him back on.
I think that it's a curb stomp with the gorilla, in my opinion.
The
The anaconda
not to
can-
be a contrarian, I really do believe the anaconda does win more times than the gorilla, just because
I also agree
they
with
are
that.
so heavy. Like I actually,
Yes,
I
they
made
are.
I made a point earlier the gorilla can wave it around. I actually take that back. I have no, confidence.
That's what I said because if you look at it, anacondas
They're
are like
this wide.
they're-
They're massive.
they're 30 feet long and at least 500 pounds, if not 600. Some of them are even like.
But they're
650,
relying on
pushing
the
700.
gorilla tiring. That's the basis of the argument. I think if the gorilla, it's a waiting game for the anaconda. If the gorilla goes early, then he's gonna win.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Can we get a picture of an anaconda up on the screen? Is that possible?
is that a possibility?
oh, thank you.
Oh, production value
Yeah.
things.
So
But anyways, like if the anaconda like even gets around a limb, that limb is automatically gone. It'll just crush
And
it
it-
until it's.
exactly, it could literally disintegrate it. So I
Yeah.
think, and then once the
Oh,
gorilla loses-
disintegrate. What does it have? Does it have like heat boosters on its sides?
all right.
Just
all
get
right.
snaps.
Well, I mean, if you
That,
see look how large.
Yeah,
Look at that.
picture
That's
in the
great.
bottom.
The bottom-
that's big.
No, the one
Bottom
second
middle.
column, bottom left. The one with the guy with the hoe.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yes, that one.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Excellent.
wow!
Look how that's a cow.
Holy
That is a
smokes.
cow.
That's-
You know how
puts
big
it-
cows are?
That
Yeah,
puts
no,
it in
anaconda
perspective.
wins every time.
Wow.
That is large. That's
I'll
like
take it
that's
back.
a
That is
full on. That's a
Where-
full.
Here's-
I have a
size
question.
cow.
Where do you find these things?
In Amazon?
Amazon?
Actually,
Right
I do know
forest
this. They actually are more amphibious than you think. They hide in rivers. They
Yes,
hide under
yes,
the
they
water.
are. They definitely are.
That's terrifying.
Look,
that
there's
is
a
absolutely
video.
terrifying.
That would
There's a
actually
video.
explain their abilities to gain any kills at all because
just
they're
any
so
picture of
slow
it.
that you need to rely on ambush technique.
Dude,
Oh my.
they definitely each of them have eyes in like an attack chopper, like
Look at
7 kill
that.
streak.
It's huge, and that's like a full size cow. It's
We ought to
wrapped around
domesticate
it.
those and use those in
It's-
warfare.
It's wrapped around it.
World War One, put those in the trenches. That would do wonders.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
Change my mind.
Yeah, but it takes down one guy, they shoot it dead. It's not gonna get much.
you're not wrong.
But so are you telling me these things wrap around something and they literally
See,
just
there it is
crush its
underwater.
bones and organs essentially?
Yeah,
Is this
that's what
arms?
that's what we were talking
Actually,
about.
so constrictors, the way
insane.
constrictors,
That's how-
the way
yeah,
constrictors
constrictor.
work is they don't actually crush the bone; they cut off
Suffocate
blood
it.
flow.
And they suffocate.
Wow.
But, they also
So
wrap
and that
around-
requires very little pressure. I can cut off your blood flow if I hold you like this for
Yeah,
a couple minutes.
yeah,
So now
yeah.
imagine like 10,000 pounds per square inch of force.
Can we just
Yeah,
stop
it's
to take a second? It
incredible.
says Snake Channel has 722K subscribers.
verified?
Wow.
Verified.
Snake
Impressive.
Channel.
We're doing something wrong.
Look at this.
Yeah, we
This
really
is-
are.
Yeah. John's trying to call in. I don't know if you want him in yet.
All right.
I
Well,
feel like we should take him in later.
I feel,
but-
yeah, we're in the middle of a segment here.
Yeah.
And
come
now
on.
I kind of
Sorry,
feel
John.
bad for this cow. Like, look, it's just getting destroyed. Not
Yeah, this
even
is
close.
Wow.
borderline.
All right, this is sad. I don't want to see this.
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. No, please. God.
That's
that's a top tier, bottom tier match.
Rest in peace, cow man. I mean, they
yeah.
taste great,
Yeah,
but come on,
honestly.
they're adorable.
That is something.
So I think Gorilla still wins.
I do.
No,
I
I-
agree.
This
One of
this didn't swim me fully. I think we made like 5. It's like a 50-50 for me.
How fast are anacondas?
Someone
Slow.
brought up. They're
Slow.
slow.
very
Oh, so gorilla wins easy. 9 out of 10 times.
It can't even
It's
lift.
done.
Someone brought up
Yeah, it can't
lift.
chat.
it.
You don't have to
environment.
lift
You don't have
it.
to lift it.
This,
Go over his
this
head.
gorilla just stomps on his head. He's done. It's done.
Find a picture of my crusty.
We need him on.
So
Yeah, we
We
do.
do.
Well
the,
said.
John, look at your.
Papa Smoke 69420. God, I hate that name. Please
Yeah,
change it.
I'm not used to it. Yet.
he says they won't win on land. Their weight will hold them down from moving fast. That is true.
That's very true.
It definitely depends on the environment. I don't think that you can get an accurate measure of the two because they have such
Ethan said like
different
one-on-one,
strengths.
empty room. I think gorilla
Well,
wins.
that's
easy.
not fair.
9 times
That's
out of 10.
unfair. That's not
Exactly.
fair. to
But then you could
anaconda.
argue put them in water. Then that's unfair to the gorilla.
Yeah.
There's
exactly.
no way
So
of
there's
evenly
really-
matching.
You can't compare the
It's
two.
not
They're
a
in
fair
different
It's like
fight
comparing
because-
exactly. It's like comparing a great white to a tiger. Like
Yeah. Well.
they
yeah.
will never be able to fight.
They're
I think
both- they're
I
both
think this
apex
conversation has
predators.
no conclusion.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
yeah.
I think we should end it.
No,
I agree.
anaconda will win in any environment. I'm so sure.
Okay.
Oh my
No,
god.
well,
Are we
Siberia.
actually-
Let's agree to disagree.
Siberia.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, but you have the anaconda curled
They
up
both
above a
just
ball.
die.
It's negative 50.
All right,
The gorilla
fine.
comes over, like lumbers over it like Justin. Bam!
In
Gorilla
classic
win.
Ronaldo style.
Funny to watch.
Clip that. Clip that.
Gorilla will scope the snake with the That is true. Projectile use.
With
Although,
poison
okay,
damage.
the only thing that's not in the snake's favor is it's a non-venomous snake. So a bite won't do anything to the...
They don't bite even. They
Yeah,
wait until
they
the animal's
won't.
dead to
They
just
won't.
consume it.
So that's also another point
Just like
in
me.
the gorill's favor. Because like if it was like even like a king cobra, I mean not a king cobra, like a brown snake or something like that,
Black
or a
mamba.
black mamba is like the one bite and that'll kill a gorilla.
Well, the gorilla, you also have to take into account the gorilla is much bigger than us.
yeah, but
You can't, like a black mamba can't bite a whale and expect it to keel
no, but a
over its
black mamba
size.
can kill.
Gorillas are actually shorter than humans, much wider, but they like
A black mamba
They
could.
have much more body.
I don't
They
think
could
that really
bite.
plays a role.
A black
the
mamba
height.
could
It's just sheer muscle
black
mass and
mamba
strength.
venom.
Oh no,
is
I would
not
say
as venomous to
wingspan
kill a
actually
gorilla
does.
gorilla in
Yeah.
one
I mean,
bite.
height is normally
Really?
directly
Yeah.
correlated with
Definitely.
wingspan.
In that case,
So
you
I
have
would
to
say
get
height
the
does
element
matter.
of surprise.
The element of
because
and
the
they're
In
black
this
also
specific
super
scenario,
fast. They're
does it
really
really
I
quick.
think
with
something
their
else to
strike.
consider is range. Now, gorilla has as much
The
range
poop
as
throw.
the
The
poop
poop
throw.
throw.
It's not an effective strategy.
Very
Mark,
important.
Mark,
Yeah.
gorillas have a good sense of smell.
Just
The moment
dies.
the poop
The,
goes,
the snake just dies of dysentery.
smack.
Girl's playing the long game. 4 to 8 months later, that gorilla's gonna die.
Gorilla
Anaconda.
versus anaconda in a volcano. Who wins?
They
No
both
one.
die.
No one. Have you seen what a volcano is?
Who asked that? Who is asking these questions?
Who's Mafereth one?
Maybe he's an original viewer. Maybe we have our first like non-Randyite.
I hope. I mean, we have
Uh,
enough
Well,
viewers
if you aren't from Rennie, welcome.
Yes,
Uh,
please
well,
welcome.
Also, I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, what
Okay,
are you
so-
doing here?
So what is the conclusion that we've come to?
Anaconda.
I feel no
There
conclusion.
really is.
There,
none.
yeah, I think we have to agree.
It's
We have to
not
agree to
fair.
It's
disagree. in this
apples and
scenario.
oranges. They have two completely
I-
different
That isn't
strengths.
fair.
I'm gonna say gorilla wins over 50% of the time and almost.
Think about it.
all
I
cases.
agree with that, but I think we should move
Yeah.
on because we're not gonna.
Because
Okay,
if
fine.
you,
Well,
No,
no,
my
not
last
in
closing
any-
argument. Well,
in
the
not
natural
any.
habitat for both is a jungle.
Different jungles.
different
Yes,
jungle.
We'll call it-
very different jungles. Anacondas are more
Yeah.
likely in like more swampy regions. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
Yeah,
definitely.
it's true.
they're
Gorillas, I
Amazon,
don't
so
think
super
are ever
rare.
in like,
Highlands.
very
Highland
wet.
Highlands, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll move on. We'll move on.
Okay.
Anaconda.
I know.
They just roam my town.
Since we are all gamers here,
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh brother.
Heated discussion.
I want to
Let's
come
go.
into the gaming question.
Okay.
I believe Grand Theft Auto 5 is the best game that was created. Period.
Incorrect.
False.
MW2.
False.
Modern
There's
Warfare
so
2.
many different contenders.
Here's what I'm gonna.
For a number of reasons. Okay.
Okay. Actually, yeah,
Perhaps
make
it
your
may
argument.
not be the most entertaining, right? I mean, it's great and it's an entertaining
Then
game.
there's.
But there's so for the time it was made, and how it's aged, and what it was for its time, and what it is now, and the amount and the pure
There's still support,
stuff
active support.
in the game. There's still an active community.
DLC,
it is
yeah.
actually an extremely impressive game. And what Rockstar has done to add stuff literally like every 2 months.
Okay,
is
so by that
insane when you
logic,
think
why
about
isn't World of Warcraft the best game? Because it's been supported longer.
Yes. Or League
World
of
of
Legends.
it. League of Legends.
Minecraft.
World of Warcraft
Which is
player
my.
base-
let him talk,
I'm getting
let him
into that.
talk.
That's
Yeah,
my
let him
part.
talk. Let him
Grand Theft Auto 5, I believe, has the second most sales of all time for games, right behind Tetris.
Sales doesn't necessarily.
Yeah,
mean it's
that makes
No, no.
sense. But I mean,
And
I mean,
but
Avatar is the highest grossing
I
film.
would
right?
measure. That's funny. I would do that. But I don't want to measure it by so much sales, but by player counts. Like, I'm pretty sure Grand Theft Auto still has like a steady player count, but World of Warcraft has fallen off like dramatically. I know this because I used to play it for a little bit.
I mean,
League
you're
of
not
Legends
wrong. But
is
I mean,
not-
CS:GO and World of Warcraft both still have active.
But
player
I
bases.
also want to say if you log onto that game and see how massive and detailed this world is, there are games that are coming out next year that still don't have what Grand Theft Auto 5 has.
Well,
I'm serious.
Well, you're looking at Grand Theft Auto. It's a completely different kind of game. I always hear
we're
these
getting-
arguments of what is the best
Okay.
game of all time, but the thing is,
You can't-
games are so different.
That's
You're
fair.
comparing
That's
fair.
Tetris to
Category.
Grand Theft
That's
Auto.
fair. But how about this? I say it's the most revolutionary game of all time.
No.
I disagree, and here's why.
Absolutely
so first
false.
of all, in terms of changing gaming forever, I think that, I mean, there are obvious contenders like Pac-Man, right, Tetris. These are like old ones, but in more recently, I firmly believe that Minecraft is the most important video game of all time because
I
ready?
completely agree with that.
Here's my argument. So, it for a period of time maintained the highest active player count
Right.
ever.
Wait, just-
Fortnite has surpassed that.
I don't mean to
unfortunately. we agreed not
be
to
like
mention
that
it.
boy, but did you see that Notch like outbid Rihanna and Jay-Z for like a mansion in LA or some stuff like that?
Notch is a character. If you want to
His character, and he's
crazy.
We
If you
won't-
want
we won't get
to
into
claw
that.
your
He's
eyes out,
crazy.
follow him on Twitter. But
No, don't follow him. He's
yeah, he's gone off the rock. He's at what's his name? Papa Smoke territory. So he no, and
I do agree that Minecraft is more fun than GTA for what it was.
the gameplay
Back in the day,
itself
yeah,
is
definitely.
absolutely phenomenal. I argue that it is.
You can even argue it molded a generation. All of our lives were influenced significantly by Minecraft.
I agree. So I think Minecraft was literally Legos.
It was. I remember when
I
back
think
in
it was
fifth
as
grade, we go
important
home
as
on,
I
on,
do.
on
Yeah.
Friday, play Xbox
I
360.
feel like what I'm trying to, I'm not conveying.
Not
fully
even
what I wanna
mentioning the
say.
soundtrack, which is.
But I just
phenomenal.
want to say that what they did for that time, that the game came out in like what, like 2013, right?
I don't think anyone's arguing that it's not a good game.
2013.
It's clearly a good game.
Well, I never really played it. I wasn't allowed. I'm not
If you
gonna
play
lie.
it,
I wasn't allowed when
no,
I
but
when I buy it, but
I-
it's clearly a good
Yeah,
game.
I
it
really
is.
realized this. When you're walking through the streets, you're hearing like conversations. You're hearing
Yeah.
like people reacting to you. Like if you play like Watch Dogs or like games that came later, I was watching gameplay on some upcoming crap. I forgot what it was called. But like the you know, the exchanges you have with like people in the streets, like other players and stuff, it's like no game has been able to recreate it in like the past.
Have you played Red
6
Dead?
years.
lie. Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is multiplayer.
It's
is
also made by the
broken.
exact same people.
Is broken because the Wild West just isn't all that interesting when
Well-
it comes to you can't compare it because in GTA 5 there's
Sorry, Justin just texted me the phrase "I am inevitable."
okay.
Hi, inevitable. I'm Ethan.
But my problem, Red Dead didn't work mostly because
It
We're
didn't
not at
work.
that section yet.
because the economy was broke. There was no incentive to like play the game really. I played it. There was nothing.
I feel
There is
that
no multiplayer.
There was a
Right?
multiplayer. I played it, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, the multiplayer
It's
kinda
very
sucked.
shallow,
I
super
did-
shallow. There's
I played
absolutely
Red Dead.
nothing.
It wasn't really that fun.
You play the game to make money. It's like buy a better tent or like a better horse.
Yeah.
It was.
To be fair, the main character has a great last name.
What is it?
Yes,
Arkham
Marston.
Horror.
Yes,
Yeah,
but you look at GTA, right? You can buy a freaking yacht. You can buy like a flying motorcycle now. Like they have crazy stuff in the game.
Well, I'm just gonna get into this. You're comparing GTA 5 with other games, like you
Rocket
compare
League.
to
Someone
Rocket
just said
League.
Rocket League. I
The
think Rocket League is a
Legend,
great
like
game.
Legend of Zelda:
I also think
Ocarina of
this is
Time
my
was
favorite.
given
Rocket League is my
99 out of
favorite game of all
100 on
time.
every single site that it's on. It's at this point I always hear people say it is the best game of all time. However, I would disagree. You can't say anything is the best of all time because everything plays to a
Actually,
different.
I
It is-
I
it
take
is an
that back.
apples and
I
oranges
do.
debate.
I do agree with that. I do agree. with that.
GTA 5
I won't say it's the best game.
is lacking in story elements, but it has a lot of
I
that
slightly
multi-
disagree with
I
that.
think the story.
I
is
thought
pretty
the
you
good.
could argue
GTA 5
against that.
story was actually fantastic.
I thought it was.
I
haven't
liked
played
it a
I
lot.
never played it.
I never
just
played it.
And my
watched- I
dad
watched
would
PewDiePie play
be sitting behind me while I
Watched
was
the Buskers
playing,
play
and he was like actually enjoying it. I've never seen him like see a game like that before.
I,
that I, would
I,
reminds me
would,
of something
I
else.
wouldn't say it's an incredible storyline, but it
So-
certainly was adequate.
I liked it.
And it
liked it a lot.
and it came along with
And the
arguably
gameplay
one of
was
the
great.
one of the better multiplayer games of all time.
Yes.
And I
So
think that-
I think it was
I
certainly
think
adequate.
That
And they had a strip club.
And it's,
something-
yeah, well said.
Very good.
something not necessarily
sodomite.
not necessarily very important, but I do think that there are many games that have thriving communities outside of the game, like competitive
That's
competitions, right? League of Legends, Counter Strike, Rocket League,
Legends,
and I think GTA lacks that element of the game. There's not like a
It's not a competitive game.
exactly. There's not a competitive aspect to it, and I think that the
That's
best
true.
games, I think, in my opinion, the
Fortnite
best.
has no competitive scene. And
That's not true. Yes,
It's
it
not
does.
true.
Zero.
Oh, it's horrible though.
the
There
competitive
is a
scene
competitive scene, but it's a
atrocious,
joke.
and it will
It's horrible.
never work.
The battle royale
Well,
games in and of itself are not going to lend
You
itself
can't
to
have 100
competitive
people in a
play.
tournament. Like,
Yeah,
It doesn't
it's
work.
hard.
Not to
It
mention,
doesn't
it is
work.
horrible to watch. I tried watching one when
Best
a couple months ago.
esports,
It's
League of
horrible.
Legends. That's why it's so popular.
Yes.
CS:GO, because these are
My
these
favorite.
these are skill-based games, right? There's no luck.
That is what I'm saying.
Oh,
I think
but
that the
here's
best.
the
Fortnite
thing.
is too random.
You
It's
have
it's
Fortnite, you have CS:GO. The thing is, they're all generally the same FPS genre. They're fundamentally different, but at the
Fortnite's
same
third-person
time, they're
shooter.
fundamentally the same. They all have the same goal of shoot to win. If you look at other games with the aspects of storylines, character development, I
Yeah,
personally
Justin,
feel
yeah,
that
people want
in
You're
the
gonna say
end,
Binding of Isaac.
are you kidding me? Binding of Isaac's the weirdest shit I've ever played.
Oh, I thought you loved that game.
I love the game because of its
Can I-
replayability.
can I
but it's a
I mean, Team
shit
Fortress
game.
is amazing. Also.
Can I edit my little like initial thesis here?
No,
Go ahead.
actually, you can't.
Can I say
No,
Grand Theft Auto
no.
5? Grand Theft Auto 5 is the face and pinnacle of games in of this 10 years from 2010.
No.
No.
You're saying GTA 5 is
so
the most
it's the
influential
peak of
game
its-
of the 2010s.
Yes,
It's
When did
still
it
the
come out?
2010s.
2013?
I think so.
When did Minecraft come
I
out?
don't even know.
Does
when
Minecraft
it
came out way before that.
I don't know when games have come out. Like
I think you
I
can
could
argue
argue-
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda,
Breath of the Wild.
Ocarina of Time, and Breath of the Wild
Oh,
are
guys,
easily
Smash.
peaks. No.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Well,
because
I think you
Smash
have to
already
argue
existed.
that the
I-
first game of the series. Well, I guess that it defeats the GTA
I think
5
Smash
argument,
Ultimate
but
is the best Smash.
If you
That's my
okay,
opinion.
That is a fact.
I know you guys
but
don't really
it's
play
like,
Grand Theft Auto 5, but if you go in
Overwatch
there
is the best
and you're
game of the
like, and you
century.
tell someone this
Interesting.
came out 6 years ago, and you look around and you see this insane environment, it's really
it's
impressive.
amazing.
And
It
it's
is
insane
amazing.
because it takes them so long to make these games. I'm pretty sure the next one's coming out in 2021.
That would be
It seems reasonable.
8 years. So, seems legit.
Yeah.
Oh well.
What's the best fast food?
Ooh, no, that's a good question.
Popeyes.
Chipotle.
False.
Speaking of Popeyes, I want to hear the story now.
Oh yeah. Please
do you wanna
do
tell
tell.
the other?
Interested.
After this, let's get to the chat. Seems to want. Subspace Emissary was a shit storyline. You can't convince me otherwise. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Are
Sebi
you
wants to talk
kidding
about
me?
Popeyes.
No, no,
Sebi
no,
wants
no,
to
no,
talk
no,
about
no,
Popeyes.
no, 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 no. I'm getting into this. That was literally. You're blinded by nostalgia.
It made absolutely no sense.
You
Music
are
was great.
blinded
Music
by
was great.
nostalgia. Music was great. Music was epic. Thing is, they have no voice lines. Kirby chats with Link. You want that. You want Kirby you want them to just scream at each other. Kirby says "Pollo," Link goes "Hot." That you need that. The thing is, you don't have that. So that's why people complain about Smash Ultimate.
Still better than World of Light though.
I'm
World of
surprised
Light
we
was
didn't
rough.
mention.
Wow.
Calm down.
That was very loud.
Parker.
It was very
Oh
loud.
my god.
I'm just saying.
about it.
You
Ethan, I wanna-
cannot, you cannot say
that.
Subspace Emissary is a good story. You're blinded. You were blinded.
Okay, Ethan, what were we gonna
Okay.
say before Matt screeched?
For the most influential game of our childhood and our in the teens,
But what has Minecraft
could-
influenced?
Me.
A lot of games.
myself.
the
But
world
let me
in
finish. Let me
Minecraft.
finish.
I see the world in cubes now.
Pokemon.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank
Pokemon.
you.
Yep.
I mean,
At least for me,
actually
I
never
think if
played
you talk
Pokemon.
to
You've never played Pokemon?
if you talk to
as someone
men
who's,
at
yeah.
or boys
Pokemon
at
is fun.
men and boys at our age, I'd say at least 60% of them has played a Pokemon at one
At
point.
least-
as someone
Or at least
whose
touch the
parents,
card.
I
yeah,
can't say that
as
I've
someone
ever played
whose
Pokemon
parents vehemently denied me the ability to play shooter games, Pokemon and Minecraft literally raised
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
And
is
so,
so true,
like,
yeah.
I never played GTA. I didn't even play Counter Strike till a couple years ago.
I'm sorry. Hold on,
Yeah, I
guys.
shouldn't have in the
John,
first place.
Mr. J Nair 30.
Uh-huh.
Did you just say Naruto was the shit?
Oh my god. Attack on
We
Titan.
won't get to this. We won't get to that yet.
Huge
We'll
So
Stay-
right now we got a chat
we'll
band
save
lined up for
anime,
him and
K-pop,
Papa
and
Smoke.
manga for a while.
On the chopping block for next time.
Grayson's here. He says Pokemon's the best here. I think Pokemon was
Yeah,
huge,
I agree.
man.
I would.
I mean,
Say,
I
I
wish I
wouldn't
played
say
it
it was
more.
influential. I'd say that it is.
What do you
Okay,
mean?
My argument is that no games have really tried to imitate the whole Minecraft style. I mean,
False.
I guess you could
Terraria.
say.
Terraria.
Terraria's good.
Terraria is a very unique take, I think. Though I think it was.
It's more
it's
focused on
similar.
combat.
It's similar. It's different enough to be very well made. I mean,
It's not a knockoff by any means.
not at
No,
all.
no, no,
Completely
no.
different gameplay, everything.
I think Pokemon and Minecraft are solely pretty unique, and I think they kind of own a monopoly in like
Pokemon,
their type of
Minecraft,
genre.
Mario Bros.
Well, you could argue
Mario
that
Bros.
Monopoly's
I
unique. I
mean,
wouldn't say
that's good.
Pokemon.
Mario
Bros.
is the
is
same
one
as
of the
saying
first
like
Turn-based combat's been around since the dawn of time. for
no,
Civ?
Final Fantasy 7.
I've
It
played
has to
it.
be
It's
it.
actually very, very
Never
good.
got
But
the
that's
Final
from the
Fantasy.
90s.
I've never
yeah.
heard of it. It's just no, I've never heard of it.
All I have
I've
to
never
say
played
is
it.
that people have to stop buying Call of Duty because it is.
Oh, it is
my
disease.
God.
garbage.
It is
No,
a disease.
the last good Call of Duty was definitely MW2.
Yes,
in my
Dragon
opinion.
Quest.
Black Ops 2 was very
Feet
good.
Night
I
is garbage.
never liked any of the Black Ops. That was actually gonna be my unpopular opinion that Black Ops 2 was a bad game. But
Actually, I think that on
Grandma's
Steam
calling.
they have
Should I patch it through?
Hentai
Is it?
Minesweeper.
My grandma's
which
calling.
is-
Patch it through.
Yeah.
You can look it up right now.
That's
but
that can't be
MW2
real.
was
Most influential
my
games.
I mean,
I'll get
you,
back
you
to
don't
Yes.
open a
Ocarina of
storyline.
Time.
Every COD game after Black Ops 2 is utter trash,
That's
and
a
that
fact.
cannot be
That's true.
debated.
That's
It
true.
cannot be
But
debated.
I mean, you can't open your campaign with a shooting up a airport and not be the greatest game of all time.
That is-
I was gonna say.
Wow.
I thought you were gonna stop.
Clip that.
I thought you were
That's gonna
say,
age well.
College
come on,
resume rejected.
It doesn't get any better than that. Black Ops
all
Well,
right.
gets arrested on conspiracy to commit mass murder.
Bruh. All right. Do you want to?
Maybe redact that or something.
No, I stand by that.
Wow.
Controversial,
owns
but
it.
I honestly
Remember-
respect it.
Remember, no Russian.
No Russian.
Remember, no Russian.
All right,
Yeah.
Will, what's your hot take? Let's hear this.
I mean, that was my hot take that MW2 is the greatest game of all
Oh,
time.
I thought it was a
Oh,
continuation.
no, absolutely not.
The
Oh,
greatest-
you think
at
it's
least
the greatest
COD,
game of all
at least
time?
Greatest COD.
Greatest
my
COD
favorite-
game of all time that you have a
I mean,
Black Ops 2
that's-
is my favorite, personally.
Black Ops
that's
2 is
the
awesome.
game
Well,
that
actually-
but that's because I
That,
played
well,
it.
that was gonna be my unpopular opinion that Black Ops 2 was a bad game.
Shut up, Chuck.
No
That
way.
was-
I will debate that. actually.
Oh, okay. Now, I've never
Because-
liked the Call of Duty series.
Uh-huh.
It's just been me personally.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get on
like
this,
that.
but I will. I don't have any opinion other than it's bad.
Yeah, agreed.
No,
I mean,
yeah, they're
It's just a
Well, you
rehashing
have to-
of the
you have
same
to
formula.
give it some
they're,
time.
they're
Okay.
cashing in. They're just cashing
Oh,
in.
in
on-
recent times? I thought we were
yeah.
talking about Black Ops 2.
That's-
What did Black Ops 2 do?
Achieve.
That
I think they really
innovative. What they
added to the
changed.
zombies.
See,
Black
that's-
Ops 1 zombies was awfully simplistic. Black Ops 2 they started adding Easter eggs and things like that, like sort of like a story and everything to the zombie mode.
Okay.
Can I
I
add that
never got
the
zombie mode.
standard campaign
I didn't
is
enjoy zombies.
underrated? The campaign in
it's
Black
alright.
Ops 2 was not bad.
I'm just
The
not
Black-
much of a
no, the
campaign guy personally.
MW campaign was my favorite campaign. Of
We're
any-
losing viewers. Justin wants to go on.
All right, Justin.
All right, bye, Justin.
No.
Justin
We need
wants to
Justin.
go on.
We need Justin on.
John wants to call him. Let's
Group
just see what he
FaceTime.
has to say, and then
Justin?
we'll reject him.
All right.
Real quick.
Justin Nair.
Jordan, call in, buddy.
All right, Justin,
You're
we're waiting your call.
eligible to call in now.
We've made fun of John.
We'll get to the Popeye story in a bit.
Oh, that-
Hopefully,
actually,
Sebby, if you're here, just type in the chat because I want you to be in
Collins,
this.
what,
Popeye
Collins,
story.
then
John
yeah,
is on
Sebby
the
can call in
line.
with the Popeye story.
Yo,
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Justin?
what's going on, bud?
yo, what's good, guys?
Do you have anything,
Where are you from,
uh,
John?
So weird. Wait, hold on. I
Say
can
your
like
name,
hear
say-
myself echoing.
You
from-
should mute the.
Yeah,
thing
Jen, you
out.
should probably mute that.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
smart.
hold on, let me mute it.
okay, cool.
Thank
Yes.
you.
I went to guys.
All right, where are you from, John?
I'm currently living in Morganville, New Jersey.
Wow.
Very cool.
Very
What's your exact address and social security number? Just
Postal
Yo,
code.
Actually, while we're at it,
I need the
Yo,
3 digits in the
three
back of your card.
digits, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, banger this Friday, May 3rd, 3:15, baby Jack.
Oh, okay, Jonathan.
Stop trying to plug your.
okay.
Sorry.
Stop
Jonathan,
doxing
if,
yourself.
if you plug your
Anyway,
Instagram, we
you
are
were chapping.
literally
You were
hanging up
chapping.
on you.
You're
Yeah.
chapping.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Anyways,
We don't just give away those for free,
Yeah.
John.
Who
We're
saw-
getting
who
a
saw-
generous
All
all
donation.
right.
Puja? You said Puja?
Ajax win. Who saw Ajax beat Taunton?
Oh, that happened? It's
Yeah,
Ajax, by the way.
Ajax won.
Ajax won?
Yeah, Ajax won 1-0.
What are we talking about?
All right,
Soccer?
no, we're not getting into soccer because nobody really knows
I
soccer.
I don't know soccer.
That's
I don't
true.
really
That's
know
true.
soccer.
Yeah, we got to cool
Gas.
it.
That's
I
awesome.
thought you were talking about
I'm
esports.
gassed.
I'm
right
literally-
now.
John, when can I get into this podcast?
Oh,
in it,
you're
bro.
in it right now.
Hey, actually,
no, I mean,
we
like, I
all
wanna
we all
see what-
paid 120 bucks to get in, Jonathan. So you have to pay your share.
Yeah.
I'll pay my share.
Really?
Okay.
All right, I'm
Thanks.
expecting.
Actually, wait. We actually paid 200. You guys were wrong.
To each
Shut
person.
up.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It was 210, not.
Oh,
120.
yeah.
And that's not just to John. That's to each and every one of us.
Yeah.
So it adds up pretty quickly.
I think that's
John,
$5,000.
when can I get in this podcast?
Once you
Well-
pay $5,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
bro.
be waiting.
We actually have a guest list lined up for successive episodes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we'll just put you on the end.
Luke
Yeah.
Denver
Yeah.
Vor.
If you have stuff to say, then we can put you on.
But yeah,
the
John,
list.
why did you call in? Any reason in particular? Just want to hang out with the boys? Because
No, I just want to hang out with the boys.
Okay, well, see
in that case, yeah.
Well, the thing is, folks,
Who's gonna press the
Mr.
red
Papa
button?
Smoke 69420.
Where's my
he
card?
he used
Alright.
the crying emoji, and so
Oh.
this emphasizes his
Sadness.
pure
Wait,
sadness.
where is this? Where are you guys like doing this?
You don't even
That-
know?
This
We're-
is John's
We're in
basement.
a,
in my
yeah, we're in a
basement,
bunker,
yeah.
a nuclear bunker. We literally couldn't die if we tried right now.
There's security all around us right now. Like they're just looking at us.
Someone with a Colt 44 is actually aiming at the back of my head, and if I don't stop talking, I'm going to die.
Bro. that's
Bruh.
crazy.
That's a bro.
John, I think we're breaking up. What's going on?
I can hear you guys.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm hearing like some staticky noise.
Oh, we got.
He hung up. Interesting.
Okay.
Well, that means that.
All right, next.
I'm
caller,
sorry,
next
John,
caller,
but-
Justin.
Justin's on the line.
This does put a
Justin-
smile.
Yeah, Justin.
This does put a
Justin,
smile on my
if you're
face.
Papa's-
Fun
Papa's
is
Smoke, if
not
you're still
something I
here,
consider.
We could we'll take your call now.
Who is that in the white text?
They're in Tel
That is
Aviv.
Michael Cunningham, I believe.
That was Michael Cunningham with the white.
Got the name drop. Follow
That's
Michael
just
Cunningham.
bleach scoped.
That
That should have clued me in, honestly.
Papa Smoke, if
Justin,
you-
you're
if
good
you
to
still
call.
want
Your
to
previous
call in.
line had a little bit of a disconnectivity, so if you could try a different
Yes.
number, that would work. In
Just
the
a different
meanwhile, I guess
place.
we should start the Popeye story.
Okay.
Can we get Sebi
We
in?
can't get interrupted by that. Also, we would like Sebi to call. Sebi, if you're in chat, we need you to call in for the Popeye story. Apparently, you were a big part in that.
Yes, he was
Yeah.
there.
So
He was
we'll
there.
wait for his call.
Do you want me to start and then we'll just like, go back and forth?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I want you to tell your side of like what. Okay, we'll get
I
there.
mean, I was there. You guys kind of received.
we
like,
waiting
my
for Sebi?
reactions.
We're
We're waiting for Jonathan. I mean, Justin.
That's
Oh,
fine.
and he's
Oh,
here. Perfect.
All right.
All right, then let's
at
talk to him
last.
first and we'll do this Popeye story.
Hello.
Who is this?
Hello?
Hi.
Wow, what's
Hi.
up?
Let's hear a name and a location.
What's your name? Where's you from? Where's you from?
All right, my name is Big Seb.
Oh.
Hi, Big Seb.
I thought it
where
was
are you, Big
Justin.
Big Seb with the big fried chicken.
I called in because I wanted to talk about my experience with Popeyes. It was not great.
Okay, yeah.
We're
Perfect.
very
perfect.
excited.
All right.
Do
What
tell.
time was this at?
I've been
actually?
edging all
This is
day.
immediately after school. I'm gonna say
Wow.
4 o'clock.
So
okay,
here's-
what
so-
Popeyes?
This is the Popeyes right next to Fort Monmouth.
So here's
We're 35.
I'm gonna say my piece and then I'll toss it over to you guys because I was kind of there for the beginning part.
I just want to give the little intro.
You set the scene.
So, our beloved math teacher and my beloved advisor, Daniel Lip.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, legend.
He recommended Popeyes. We had a big conversation. I was like, huge KFC fan. He's like, man, you gotta try Popeyes. They
Same
have
here,
good
too.
chicken.
I'm a big kid.
So I was like, all right, I have to try this place. He came into my class. I'm like, Mr. Lip, I still haven't tried Popeyes yet. He's like, you gotta go. So Sebi looks at me. He's like, dude, Popeyes after school? And I'm like, okay.
All right.
So and then like, John, want to come? He's like, yeah, I need a ride home. So now you're my
Oh, yeah.
ride. I'm like,
Not bad.
okay.
Yeah.
So John came, and Sebi came, and then we walk in, and John, I want you to
Yeah, I
explain this
did.
part.
Okay,
because
so
it was
Let me
little-
describe. Let me set the scene. Empty. Not a
Yes.
soul in sight.
No one.
Not even anyone at the
At the register?
at the register.
The
So
parking lot had no lines, and there was like weeds coming out.
it was
was
as
very
if-
sketchy.
It felt like we stepped through time into some sort of post-apocalyptic. Like it was just bizarre. So I go there and I go to the register and this man appears. He's like, "Yo, what you want?" And then I'm like, let me get a 2-piece chicken." And this guy calls from the back, "We out of chicken." This is Popeye's chicken, by the way. I really just mentioned
I think you didn't say it right. We had a chicken.
you know, it was terrifying.
John is shitting his pants.
This guy looked like Chef from South
Whoa,
Park.
whoa, whoa.
He
Why
had
are you shitting your
slick, dude. yes, he's in the back. The guy up front had like a very slick. I mean, he probably used 6 pounds of hair gel and like a really bad comb.
then
over.
you-
So why are you why are you scared at this point?
Because it's a sketchy environment.
There's
Just
3
the
people.
atmosphere.
3 people. Yes, very weird.
Okay.
One was the chef-looking guy.
Then there was the register guy. Then there was the lady doing the.
Then there was the lady
drive-thru.
with which may I say, and Sebi was like almost shit his pants because she had face tattoos everywhere.
Is Sebi still
She had like a
Wait,
gun
can
on
I,
her
can I say
throat.
something?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
yes,
please.
yeah.
Do tell.
Okay, I walk in and I'm like, all right, Popeyes, this is my first time. What am I gonna eat? Like, what up?
Losing your Popeyes virginity,
Yeah.
as they
And,
say.
and I look forward and there is an MS-13 member taking our orders.
No, it was scary though.
I came in because they told me no chicken, so I ordered 6 biscuits.
Yeah. Okay. So I should mention the guy was lying. Just lying.
There was easily 100 pieces of chicken laying right there. It was
The
a
guy in the
joke.
register's
would
like.
hope.
So the guy in the register's trying to like retcon. He's like, "Oh no, he's kidding. We got plenty of chicken. Look, see." And he points to all the chicken that is clearly right in front of me that I should have seen.
Sebi was afraid to ask chicken because of the woman with face tattoos. So he ordered 6 biscuits in a basket.
So I order the chicken.
They were very good.
Good.
So I order the chicken, right? And I go and I sit down, and I go up to get a spoon, and the
Wait, whoa. A spoon for chicken?
oh, for
Yeah.
your
Oh,
mashed potatoes.
My mashed potatoes, which by the way didn't come out, so I had to go back and ask, which I was very scared to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now So I go back. I'm like, I'll get you a spoon because I know you want to go back up. So I go, okay, can I
It
get
was a spork.
Can I get a spoon? And the guy's like, hey, let me make a deal with you. So I am not prepared for whatever I'm about to hear. I'm like,
I don't like crack.
I'm like, okay. He's like, let me take a survey, quick survey. I'll give you free apple pie. I was like, so I'm like,
That apple pie gave me 2 hours of diarrhea.
So I am.
Take off my jacket, dude.
So I'm physically sweating. I get the spoon, give me a spork, and I'm like, so.
Yeah, he gave us spork.
Yeah,
I'll put you
sure,
pencil
whatever
behind
you want. So then he comes over and he goes over and he picks up my phone and he goes to like PopeyesReview.com, whatever, and he starts giving himself like a 5-star review and everything.
And he was writing stuff too.
He's like, I was very pleased with my order.
he was very kind. And then so he did John's phone and he did Sebi's phone, and then he
Are you
left.
sure we should be name dropping with an MS-13 member?
We don't know his
The
name.
story?
We don't know his name. We don't know his name.
Thank God.
They might
Yeah.
be able to clue it.
Yeah, it's fine. MS-13
This
is
man is
from
actively
If you
searching
die,
out.
you die. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. At this
So-
point, we're too far in.
So he leaves, right? And while Sebi is dipping, he's getting out. He's scared. Right,
He
Sebi?
literally left early.
I'm
Yeah,
so
he left
I'm
early.
so confused.
I
Like, why are we so
ran
scared
to
at this
my
moment?
car.
Like,
Yeah.
An
is it just 'cause
MS-13
this is
member
an
taking
MS-13?
No, we were very
Okay.
comfortable. It is an empty restaurant. This guy with the slick back, 6 pounds of hair gel is walking up to our table, essentially taking our phones and going, "Hey, I need you to type in your password and leave myself a review." Okay, and
Which my theory is he got scared when the chef guy made a joke about no chicken that we were going to leave a bad review, even though I don't know anybody who's left a Popeyes review ever. So then he came over and he like
You've not met my
gave us, he
stepmother.
bribed us to give him a positive
Parents are happily
review.
married, by the way.
Well, who apparently no one went to the Popeyes, so maybe they have some kind of quota system.
He did say, I need 4 more.
Oh,
I
maybe
think
it's for a
my
promotion.
theory. I don't think it's promotion. I think what it is
He's
Job
gonna-
he
was
got
probably-
in trouble.
possibly in
He
jeopardy.
got in trouble. He got a
Yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of bad
yeah.
reviews, and to
That's
keep
what I
his
thought,
job,
too.
he needs good reviews.
Yeah.
So what happened was I guess I was getting a drink or something. So he did Sebi and John's phone, and I kind of noticed that he was doing sketchy shit on their phone. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay over here. And then when he left, I came back. Sebi panicked and left with his biscuits. And while he's leaving the door, he yells back. He's like, "Yo, don't forget, get your friend to let me write a review." And Sebi's like, okay. And then Sebi rushes out the door.
Okay, hold up. It was more of a like, take my friend, I'm out.
Like, you have to run.
I ran.
You don't have to be the fastest. You have to be faster.
Can I ask
than
you a
the
quick question?
smallest person.
Like, are you exaggerating when you say MS-13,
Oh,
or was it
no.
like literally MS-13
I
like
didn't
on the
say
neck
it.
or
I
something?
didn't say
I think yes, because she had a lot of tattoos in her face, and I mean like
this
little
is like
Zan
girl?
looks like nothing compared to her,
Well,
right?
Lil Xan is
It was
I'm-
Lil Xan's mother.
I'm pretty sure she had
The
an
tattoos were genetic.
I swear on my life, she had an M16 right on her neck.
like the rifle?
Just
tough.
sitting there. And I'm looking, I'm like, you forgot my gravy. And
Just
I was-
quizzically tilt your head.
yeah. What type of gun is that?
Gun that killed your parents.
That was our Popeyes experience.
Ew.
Oh.
All right, Seb. Thank you for your amazing contributions to this conversation.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you.
Don't waste it.
We'll see you. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Biscuits are hella good. They're
He,
very
he
salty.
didn't
I
have a
thought they were
delay.
fine.
That's odd.
I thought they were fine.
Interesting. All right, Justin.
Justin, if you're still here, we'd appreciate a call back.
Pop a
call for yourself.
smoke.
You got
While
sexy
you
good
guys
going,
do
by the
this,
way.
is there a restroom on this floor?
No, actually, you have your pants.
Okay. I'll be back.
There's a
Gentlemen, hold
couple
on the floor.
bottles inside the fridge. You just use those.
All right, now that Ethan's out of the picture,
That guy.
About time.
Yeah,
Now we can
wow.
actually
What
talk
a
about
piece
some
of
real
work.
stuff, dude.
slide in here.
All right.
We shouldn't.
Mr.
I
Ronaldo.
don't want to talk about anything important while he's gone.
Yeah, me neither. All right.
We should
Well-
initiate toe talk. Justin.
do-
Grayson wants to call in. He just gave me a call like a couple
Alright.
minutes ago.
All right, we'll put him.
Justin.
Oh, here he is. Hello.
As I said, I'm inevitable.
Welcome, Justin
Justin
Ronaldo, to
The end of the world. Here
10-minute
we go.
toe talk. You are free to say whatever you want. Just keep it rolling. Go.
Okay, so let's start with like the big stuff. Let's start with the real meat with the feet and potatoes here.
Yeah.
Apollo 11. So it didn't happen.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
No, he said Apollo 11. It didn't happen.
I was.
I thought we were talking
I
a different
thought-
11.
Yeah.
Apollo 11. You're saying the moon landing was faked.
The moon landing was fake. The moon is still in the sky, so how can you say that the moon had landed?
Ah, smart man.
Very, very.
All right,
did
Justin,
they-
keep going.
Justin, elaborate, please.
So basically, how could this spacecraft that was built?
What?
It basically had
Are you
no
sure about
radiation
that?
protection. This this device had no radiation protection and couldn't escape the man alpha. If it had radiation protection, it could theoretically get to the moon. But isn't it a little crazy that a couple weeks ago, a space vessel built in Israel in 2019 couldn't land on the moon properly, but a device built 50 years earlier could?
Oh, you're
Now
completely
that's
right.
a-
You're completely right.
What motivation would the United States government have for faking the moon landing?
Russia. Because it's during the Cold
I mean,
War.
I wanted to hear from him.
Oh, so sorry.
Alright, so basically he's here, and the part thing he's interrupting me, but I also want to say that the United States kind of had to win the Cold War, or not the Cold War, but the space race. But I'm only playing devil's advocate for this one. I'm not endorsing fake moon landing people. I'm only just getting your brain turning. It's got
We got Ryan
Ronaldo.
I was going to say, do we have Ryan Ronaldo on the line? So
I
the
actually
gears of my brain are definitely turning. I think they're going backwards.
I can see the motivation.
I do understand.
I see motivation too.
The whole thing with the moon landing, but it's a lot of people actually believe that it did happen, but the filming part was faked.
Yeah, because the Van Allen radiation belt.
They
I know
really
about
wanted
that.
to hype up the country, right? And it's having that video really does a lot.
And here's another thing I'll say, which is that if you notice what was I gonna say? The way that Buzz Aldrin and sorry, Grandma, later. The way that Buzz Aldrin.
This is more important.
Your grandmother calls in.
The way we
Moon
should,
can
do we
see.
want
Calling
to
you, I think it's important, dude.
this she calls me.
Ethan Wicks
okay.
is trying to call in, by the way.
We'll give him a minute. So, what's important to say is that the way Buzz Aldrin has handled public relations over the last 50 years, at least I think he believes he landed on the moon, because I've seen videos of him where he's at a space meeting or whatever, and then these protesters show up and they're like, "You faked the moon landing," and he's punches them in the face.
I did
And
see that.
Can we just go down the line? Does everyone here?
Think the moon landing?
Believe-
Yes or no? Yes or no? Moon landing?
I do believe the moon.
I think we landed on the moon. I think the recording was faked.
I think it's all real.
I believe it's all right.
I think.
We're-
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, as of right now, opinions are subject to change in the future. From what I'm aware of, the official information that has been given and the footage, I believe, are incredibly up for suspect.
Okay.
For sure.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. A lot of people think they're inside a water tank because there's little particles, little
Well,
bubbles.
that could be literally anything, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
Yeah,
moon.
space,
Yeah, there's no
yeah.
atmosphere. There's dust. Yeah, probably. I mean,
The footage is up for debate. I mean, from what I'm
oh
aware
wait,
of,
I'm being an idiot. If you go with a high-powered telescope, you can see the moonlight. You could see the where they were. Yeah, no. From the Hubble from the International Space Station, they've taken pictures of the site.
But we haven't. Well, we're just saying the recording. We haven't said that we think they landed on the moon.
I don't
It's
think
the
Justin
recording
does.
part.
Justin,
I
I don't think.
It's the part that was shown to the public, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he thinks is faked,
Hold
and I
on.
actually kind of agree with that. I would be completely.
Hold on. You guys actually think this is faked?
I don't.
Like,
I
no
don't
means
think.
aside?
No.
I do believe it was
Nobody
real.
here, everyone here believes it's real. Some people
It's
think
real.
the footage shown
I
is
am.
suspect, which is reasonable.
I would not be surprised if the footage was faked.
Doctored.
Yes.
also America had, especially during the Cold War, wasn't withholding themselves from lying. They was like.
And it was done during the most, clearly the most corrupt administration in recent years.
Nixon, I would argue, was worse than JFK, right?
I can definitely
was done
see that, but I
during
definitely think
Was
that
it?
the CIA.
I thought JFK launched that. Oh well.
Oh, man. I might be wrong about this.
John's a
actually.
All right,
daddy.
Justin's trying to speak. Say something.
Yeah, sorry, everybody.
Also, let's be real. NASA is a very suspicious organization. Just come on.
Nazis.
Yeah.
They both start with
Nazis.
N.
I'm sorry.
They both
No.
are NA, 4-letter words.
No,
Oh,
NASA. They
it's a
took like
double.
2/3 of the Nazi scientists after World War II. Soviets took the
Yeah,
other
look
third.
up Operation
2/3 of the
Paperclip.
not. Yep. Operation. Yep.
Also, look up
Yeah, but I
Operation-
doubt that a man of science had any Nazi sympathies. They're probably being held against their will as well. All right, Justin, sorry.
Basically, I mean, the United States government was doing some shady shit, and this is coming from an organization that was basically founded by just Nazis that would have been killed in the Nuremberg trials or something or other. But basically, it was that, and then we had and they were just up to shady shit, and then also we got to talk about the Levant. So basically, what we got to talk about is that
It was Nixon.
Yeah,
Oh.
I thought it was Nixon.
You're better than
who was openly.
You're better than me.
Chuck would like
basically,
to.
I think it was under
all
Trump.
the
No,
actually saying that the footage was
Is that
fake.
Sebi or Mike?
Chuck. We actually gained 3 viewers in the last couple minutes. It's fine. All right, Justin.
We've
Thank you.
actually
Thank you
lost
so much
2.
for calling in. Is there anything else you'd like to say before you go?
So let's talk about anime for a quick second.
Yeah, that's.
Too good. Thank you, Justin.
That was.
Well done.
Can I just add, when I got up to go to the bathroom, I almost turned directly into the Jewish Family Center for Services and Children.
you gotta be careful.
That would've been
You don't wanna
awkward.
That would've been real
walk into the
awkward.
wrong room and just suddenly you see like a family meeting.
All right,
We
shall
got
we
flat
move
earth
into the
discussion. We have another caller. I think Ethan Wicks said he wanted to call.
Michael has to call too.
we can take them
people-
later.
Yeah,
We
can
can-
we-
we'll come back to that.
We'll
let's
be taking them pretty much the whole entire time.
We
Just
did-
call when you want, and we'll answer.
Well,
we had something else.
I
on the
mean,
agenda.
let's get into a
Sure.
let's get into a
Mostly
different
on the-
topic of discussion now, and then we'll take off.
We had something else on the agenda. I don't remember what it was.
unpopular. opinions.
Unpopular opinions.
Did we already do that?
That
No,
was
that
like,
Well,
was-
hot
we were,
takes.
Like, hot
There's-
takes. Like
I have a
it
separate
kinda
thing
makes
for an
sense.
unpopular
All
opinion.
right, then Ethan, you just start off. Go ahead.
Okay. Hear me out on this one. ASMR is unironically good, and there's nothing
No.
innately sexual about it.
Nope.
Yeah, all right, let's stop.
We're not doing ASMR. I thought that was a great.
Okay, yeah. Just because I said that it's good does not mean it's not an invitation to do it. There's a time and place for everything.
Me personally, I don't think I've ever listened to an ASMR video.
People don't give it a shot.
I just like never like.
I
I'm
did
like-
I did the black one with the pickle. That was like the famous
The
one.
only
right?
ASMR
Oh no.
thing I've watched.
I'm talking about like unironic ASMR, not a overweight black woman eating a pickle by herself. Which
I have watched 2 things of ASMR. The first was Funky Kong chewing gum gives you an emotionally supportive
okay, but I'm
talk
talking
on a
unironic
ride home from
ASMR.
work.
That's
The other
not
one is
ASMR.
You're playing Minecraft in 2011 on a hot summer night while your parents argue in the other room.
Yeah, I
Can
saw
you-
the Whip and Nay Nay
Can you give an
version of that
example
one.
of like a good ASMR thing?
Okay,
Or
well I'm
a
not
cookie
gonna I'm not
ASMR.
gonna play it here.
John
But
Leventhal.
when you get home or on your own time, one of my favorites is GBASMR, spelled GIBIASMR, and she's like an
You actually
ironic.
watch this stuff.
Yes, I actually unironically watch
Oh my
this.
god, I'm
Well,
actually
Dude,
shocked.
hot take,
Hold
podcast
on, can you
material.
move over a bit? I might catch the stupid.
All right, listen, especially for you, because you have trouble sleeping, and I know this.
Okay.
Give it
You
a
think
shot.
that's someone going like is gonna help me sleep? It's like
Matt.
a little baby breathing in my ear like, hey, welcome to my ASMR.
Listen, I'm just saying, if you're not sleeping as is, might as well give it a shot.
I did.
I might because I have never actually watched an ASMR, so I don't have any opinion on
But
that.
don't watch
Because-
Thanos discusses his plans while eating fried chicken. I know that's a favorite of Michael and Justin.
Favorite of mine.
My
Don't
favorite
watch that.
ASMR is not porn. It's not porn. I don't watch gay porn. I don't watch gay porn. I'm not.
Okay, that also segues into my next point. There's nothing innate. There's nothing in and of itself sexual.
Yes, that is. I will give you that.
Everyone's asking for conspiracy theories. Like, I want to do that another time.
That's a whole episode in
Yeah,
itself.
I
Yeah,
feel like we
that
should.
is.
Yeah, we have
So
to
come up with some.
And I would need
next
to-
time.
We will have a guest.
Prepare
It's
speaker
not a
for
good
that,
thing.
probably.
we
It's not a
do.
good. It's not a good thing to have on your first episode. I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
He called it Apollo 11. My heart dropped.
Yeah.
I thought you said something else completely.
Yeah, I
and
got
I was
scared. But
I was fully prepared to go
I'm
into a Rocky debate about Apollo Creed.
I would rather just watch food porn over ASMR.
just
like
like
you
the
get-
like cooking.
Yeah,
Same thing.
You get a better sensation out of food porn than you do.
No, I
ASMR.
But I use it to fall asleep. Because
it's
the whole
just
point is I
whatever,
tune
it's
it out.
fall
It's just
asleep.
it's just
Wow.
background noise. For
It's
me.
like
God.
Because I can't fall asleep in a totally
So what
dead
do you
quiet
listen?
room.
What noises are you hearing?
Okay,
to
let me
help you
explain
fall
my
asleep?
background about this.
Oh wait,
Because
quick question. Do you
Sure.
think like noise machines like raindrops and stuff? Does that count as ASMR? Because if
Yeah.
that does, then I 100%.
Yes,
listen to ASMR.
I say that's
If
ASMR.
what does it stand for? Like audio stimulant. whatever?
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Wow.
I know my shit.
All right, you got that one on deck.
I have listened to like birds chirping and stuff and like jungle
Yeah.
sounds to go to sleep. And if that is ASMR,
I've
then
never
I
done
do.
that.
Okay, let me. Ooh, good shot, guy. It's just tribal
I
dance.
just-
Intense monkey fight. That's it. That's your ASMR.
I just watch League of Legends gameplay.
I actually
And
do
I
that
just
as well.
fall asleep
League of
on that.
Legends. Also, like late night, like America's
7.
Got Talent stuff like that.
I can't fall
weird.
asleep with TV
Oh,
on.
everyone's gone in that like loop
Yeah.
before on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Because my.
Yeah,
Oh
like
yeah,
that's
oh
all
yeah,
right.
that's
You
true.
just, like, go over and
Yeah.
over.
Every single person who's ever been on the internet ever.
Tape
has been
face,
in
he's
that.
my guy. If you get that reference, you're a real G. Tape face is the boy.
Man.
But my reasoning behind it, My reasoning behind the ASMR thing is, I used to not have air conditioning in my house, so I used to sleep in the summers with all my windows open.
Bitch
I'm
can't
like,
even
Tape
afford
face on
AirPods.
YouTube is god tier.
Yes, facts.
yes,
Who
who
is
said
that?
that? Yes, Myron, he gets it. Tape
Oh,
face is the boy.
Thank you.
But I used to always sleep with my windows open and my door open, so I'd get all these like ambient noises of my town and.
Minecraft heavy noise, cave noises.
Why is everything a reference at this point?
I'm sorry.
So once I got AC, I used to there would be no sound, which would make it very hard for me to sleep because I'd be used to like
Wow, that's crazy.
ropes because I live right next to a marina,
Yeah,
and so the
that's
halyards would
wild.
always hit on the mast, on metal mast, so
That's
it'd make
so
like a ding
weird.
ding ding sound.
Yeah.
So I could not fall asleep without it. So I need to have some kind
Wow,
of noise in the background.
I've never heard anything like that.
So yeah, that's my reasoning behind it.
I actually, I might have that too
Madison
because
is
every
Madison's
single
also
night
on
I
there.
always fall asleep to like a YouTube video or something.
But I can't do that because I get too engaged.
Our
Right.
viewership went up, by the way.
I just blank
think
out.
that- no,
like
no,
on the
I
cutie
think-
pie's face, just like right in front of me.
Something of no interesting. Well, I hope that doesn't mean anything.
I think we're losing connection or something.
I don't know.
That is interesting.
It's buffering a little bit.
That's good. isn't it?
Anyway.
So, what were we saying?
21 viewers. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, we've kept that the
Why are you
entire
all
time.
here?
You're, like,
Um,
honestly, I'm not-
Imagine sitting at
you
home on a
have
Tuesday
homework.
night listening to Will
Oh,
Byer,
s-
Uzat Tequila, John Kokoza, me, and Matt.
Actually, be Matt.
Talking about gorillas beating up snakes.
Yeah.
Snakes beating gorilla.
I don't know. I can respect your ASMR thing.
I mean,
I guess.
yeah,
Thank
I
you.
guess.
All right, do you want to hear my unpopular opinion? Because
Actually,
I'm gonna be
Do tell.
assaulted on
Yeah, come on.
all sides. I have seen the show. Then everyone I thought they were like, "Oh, this is very good," whatever, and I was like, "It's very good. It's not like the best all time."
What?
So then I was like, "Fine." So then I watched it a second time through entirely. Maintain my opinion that The Office is completely overrated.
You've watched the entire thing twice.
Don't really, yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm halfway through my first viewing, and I am very impressed with it.
Okay,
I don't
so
watch a lot of
Who
TV
here
shows,
has watched The Office and how far? You've watched the entire thing, right?
I watched the entire thing.
but I have all the spoilers. I know what
I'm
happens.
like same as you. So you started and you.
I know the spoilers, but I'm halfway through. I know the
you've,
entire
You've
plot.
like seen like scattered episodes and this and that, right?
I've seen every episode up until season 6, but I know how it ends. I know the whole
Oh,
plot.
well,
so you've
season
seen season
7 is like the last season.
Everything after Michael leaves, I wouldn't even consider The Office to be
Yeah,
completely
So
frank.
that's my first argument. I think that it lost me at the
I-
end. but
honestly-
I
It
love
loses everyone at the end.
This is
it's
also
it's
a
not the same
very
without Michael.
unpopular opinion. I think it almost got better without Michael.
Ooh,
That
I
is-
cannot get behind that.
very
So,
controversial.
Matt,
Michael's
you've-
the best
you've watched
character
I
the
have
show.
I
watched
think
the
that-
majority.
that's
of it.
I mean,
arguable.
Okay, here's like Michael is the best character in the show.
He's the
by
heart of the
far,
show, dude.
But like I don't know, like when he left, I feel like it just got funnier for some reason.
I can't get
I don't
behind
know.
that.
I
I
think-
can't.
I do think that
he-
Robert California is actually very funny. A lot of people don't say that, but I thought he was really, really funny.
I think that your issue is that you don't find Michael's usual like the cringe
His
comedy antics.
Michael makes me actually want to like throw up. I can't. Like,
That's the point.
That's the
That
point.
is the point.
No, I-
That's what makes Impractical Jokers funny. It's the same kind of
But
humor.
no, Impractical Jokers makes me laugh. Michael just makes me want to crawl up into a ball. Like there's one episode where
Oh, the dinner party episode. That's the definition of cringe.
It's so
cringe
cringe.
comedy.
Scott's
It
Tots,
hurts.
okay? Scott's Tots.
That's, the,
Michael
that's a cack right there.
promises kindergartners that when they turn 18, if they stay through high school, he will pay their college tuition with the idea that he'll be a millionaire in 18 years. That was 18 years ago. He has to go and tell like 12th graders
I remember
that
that.
he
Oh my
cannot
God.
pay their college tuition. It is one of the most cringeworthy experiences of my life. I cannot watch it. There's an entire subreddit.
John says he hates Robert California.
I know. There's an entire subreddit
that's the general
dedicated
consensus.
to hating an episode. It's called r/cannot watch Scott's Tots. I'm a subscribe member because I cannot watch.
Oh yeah, it's so
I
funny.
think that I know, Michael's very funny. I think Michael first season was kind of an asshole, and I think that they
Well,
tweaked
that's because they were
fine.
coming off
Yeah.
recreating the
Exactly.
the UK version.
They reworked it fine. I think that I think it's really good. I really like it a lot. But I know people that say it is the best television show of all time.
And you could argue that. In my opinion, you could
I think
argue
it's the
that.
best comedy television show.
No.
I think Always Sunny's funnier.
Always Sunny is very funny, but it's
Always Sunny is very funny,
They're
but
very
it's not
close.
as widely recognizable as The Office.
Yes, absolutely.
And that has to come into the
Recognizability has
argument when you're
nothing
talking
to
about
do
the
with
GOAT.
I think they're just back and forth. I
Parks and Rec. Anybody?
I think that show is criminally overrated.
sometimes.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
Overrated
I
or
think it's
under?
overrated.
Over.
I
I cannot
think
get
Parks
behind
and Rec-
that.
I'm not
I don't like
kidding.
it.
I don't think it's
like.
funny.
I love the. I love
Ron
the-
Swanson's the only good character in
I
that show.
like that
love
show
the
better.
characters. I love the cast as well.
Yeah.
It's just discount The Office, honestly. Like
Yes,
it's,
that's
kind of-
completely correct. I think it's It's Always
think
Sunny is always
because
hit and miss too.
I like the Parks and Rec better than The Office because I mean you have Ron Swanson and then you got Chris Pratt in there. I mean
That's his flagship role. That's
Like-
what started everything.
it's literally
Is
like
it actually?
Remember when he
Yes,
was
it
in,
is.
remember when he
So
was in
fun.
Jurassic
Yeah.
Park Lego Movie and
Yes.
But I thought his
Guardians of the Galaxy in
performance
1 year?
yeah.
Jeez.
Normal.
Dude, did you
He
see
kinda
like
took
the
off.
transformation that he had to go through from
Yes.
Oh, that's
Andy
crazy.
to Star-Lord from in
Yes.
He gets,
Guardians
it's
of the Galaxy?
crazy.
It's incredible. It's
He
like
drops
a
like
6-month
30 pounds and
transformation.
he just puts on
And
like
he has
20
to go
pounds of lean
back,
muscle. It's
and then he has
crazy.
to go back to being fat. Like
I'm
right
not a Chris
after
Pratt
that.
fan personally.
Chris
I'm
Pratt is
not.
one of my favorite.
No,
actors.
he's a good actor.
He's one of my favorite.
I think he's
actors.
funny.
He's very funny.
I'm actually a hot take. But can you just explain again why you don't like The Office? Because I don't think you ever.
Is
I
it the
like
cringe comedy
I like it
aspect
a
of it?
lot. I actually love it. I just think that it's not the best show of all time.
So
And
what
people
do
have
you
said that
put
to me.
ahead of it? What do you put ahead
Yes.
of it?
Yeah,
The
what?
best show of all
That's-
time.
that's
I
a
don't
good
think
question.
many people
He's
are.
gonna put
arguing
Game of
about it.
Thrones
I've heard
above
that
it.
from many people.
Okay,
especially,
well,
like,
what
on
is the
Instagram
best?
and
What
stuff.
is the best show
If
of all
you
time
say
in your
Game of
opinion?
Thrones, I'm going to puke.
Game of Thrones season 1 through 7.
Season 1 through 6. Season 1
Oh,
through
yeah, true.
4.
Okay, what's your favorite?
what's
What's
the
your favorite
book
show?
stop?
3 through 4. No, I think that. Okay, I'm gonna say it though. I'm sorry. I think Game of Thrones is amazing, but that's not a comedy show. Apples and oranges. Okay. I do think in terms of comedic value, I have laughed more times from watching.
SpongeBob.
Even yeah, sure. I just. It's funny, but I just don't love it. Like I
What is funnier?
really think Always Sunny is a much better show.
Does that have a laugh track in it?
No.
No, it
That
doesn't.
is a major. I hate that.
Laugh track,
Like in
honestly,
Friends, it
tanks
takes
the
away
show.
like 20% of all the screen
Well,
time.
I think it was just what it was
And I think
at that
Friends
time.
actually for its time is it holds up pretty well. I like Friends.
That's true. Friends.
Oh,
is
I
one of
use
the
Friends as
greatest-
an example of a show with a laugh track. It's a
Seinfeld.
good show,
Parks
but like Big Bang Theory is overrated and it has
oh
a,
my.
I've never watched Big Bang Theory because I always heard that it was like the worst show. Like it was.
Bazinga.
When I was younger, I was obsessed with it.
I know you were. I
And
remember
as
that.
I became older, I realized it's kind of stupid.
Oh, it's real stupid.
No,
But aren't all?
How
aren't-
ironic.
Friends
I-
is very good show.
Yes,
'Cause
Friends is good.
Friends
I
is
agree.
Friends is
very,
very good show. Friends is very good.
One of my
show.
favorites.
I
It's
have
the only
not
problem.
watched
My only
Friends.
gripe is the laugh track. I think it takes
But-
away so much.
It's Always Sunny is so underrated.
My
Like, can we agree
favorite
on
like
that? It is
comedy
so
show,
underrated.
like I know most of you probably don't know what it's called, but or what it is, but it's called Psych. And
I
know you
did
know
watch
what it
that.
is.
Yeah, it's the
very
guy that's
fu-
like
yeah,
second, and he
yeah,
works
yeah.
like the police or whatever,
Yes.
right? Yes. I know.
Very funny show. Like if you, it's long. It's 8 seasons. Like there's like 12 episodes or like 16 episodes a season, and each episode's like 40 minutes long. But it's very funny, and if you get through it and you like take the time to watch it, it's definitely.
Has anybody here seen Archer?
I have.
I hate.
I-
I can't stand the acting. I can't
I
watch
don't
it.
like animated
I-
shows.
I know Aiden's absolutely obsessed with it.
I don't like
Listen,
it.
You watch if you want
Too
comedy,
cheesy.
you have
I
Family
don't have a
Guy.
headphone jack.
My phone's
Alright,
my
so
phone's
Wes.
Ooh,
Wait, hey,
Whoa,
whoa.
whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
talk-
whoa, whoa. Alright, everything's good.
let's calm down,
Um,
John.
I
Hi,
think
Lois.
that have you guys seen Breaking Bad?
Cringe.
I haven't gone through it yet. I'm working.
Okay,
on it.
so I'm only
Go piggybacking off this
It's
TV
Mr.
show.
Neil wearing glasses with crack.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the
Meth.
show.
But
Meth.
piggyback on off this
Easy mistake.
this TV show subject. Another unpopular opinion. I think the CW in particular, like the CW shows in particular, the Flash,
Yes.
like superhero shows, so overrated.
Yes.
Yes.
Acting is
100%.
utter
Absolute
garbage.
So
Un-
bad.
borderline
Absolute
unwatchable
bad.
at times.
Yes,
Yes,
I
yes.
completely agree.
and
See-
that's where I think that Marvel has way higher ground. Actually,
I-
Marvel's better in literally
See, it's
every
like-
cinematic experience. But the Marvel TV shows on Netflix,
Are terrible.
Daredevil, Punisher, was the other one?
Actually, I like Daredevil a lot.
No, the DC ones are horrible.
Hell's
The
Kitchen,
Marvel ones aren't bad.
Luke
Luke
Cage,
Cage.
I thought-
Iron Fist, and then what's it called? What's her name? Jessica.
Jessica Jones,
Jessica Jones,
and then
yeah.
Iron Fist. Look, Iron Fist apparently
they
is
do-
very bad. Anyway.
Yeah,
I did not
didn't
like it.
I
I
didn't watch it either.
love Daredevil and I liked Punisher a lot too.
I didn't
even
watch
Punisher.
Daredevil.
I,
I,
like,
I honestly didn't
Daredevil
even-
was easily the best.
I didn't
for
watch
me.
any of them actually.
I didn't watch Punisher.
I didn't mind Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Those are the only two I really. I couldn't get behind Luke Cage.
I liked Luke
I liked
Cage.
it.
I liked it too.
He's cool. He's cool guy.
Yeah,
I
he's
couldn't-
he's
it
like
was-
he's
It's just I don't know. It wasn't my guy.
Alright.
Anybody watch How I Met Your Mother, John?
Yes.
Wants to know.
Yes,
Yes,
it's good.
good,
Yes,
funny show,
very
funny
good.
show.
Yeah, very good show.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you
what
for
of what
bringing
I've
it
seen
up,
of it,
because
it's pretty.
I think it has a different comedy than The Office.
that one
and
also
how
has
it's
a laugh
always.
track, right?
Yes, it does.
No, I don't think so.
Wait.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, it
that's
does.
definitely-
No, it does. Yeah, it
Definitely
does. It definitely does.
No, what's the difference between How I Met Your Mother and Two and a Half Men? Because they're all the same to me.
I don't know.
I-
think that
I-
might be either way.
2.5 Men. Was that show funny? I don't even
I
remember.
don't
I don't
That was
know.
the one with like.
I
Charlie
think it's a
Sheen
safe
and
bet
what's
to
his
say no.
What do you call it when me, Uzai, and Aiden walk
Don't,
together?
don't.
name? No.
2.5 men.
Hey, good
Aiden.
one.
Heyo, it's an Aiden
Aiden,
joke.
Aiden,
It's an
Aiden's
Aiden
not-
joke.
Aiden's
Always-
not
always
even
good
here.
Aiden.
That's the inaugural Aiden joke of the podcast, and I
You're-
stole
you're
it.
coming
He's not
on.
even here.
On 3,
Sorry.
everyone say we hate Aiden.
I don't
1,
hate
2, 3. We
love
hate
Aiden.
Aiden.
That was.
I'm actually pro
cacophonous,
Aiden. It's just
please.
funny.
Yeah,
but
I am.
I'm anti-Aiden.
For those
you
of
pro
you who
or-
have
or
tuned
pro
in
anti?
by any chance
Yeah,
and are
unpopular
unaware
opinion.
of Aiden, Aiden Smyers is a disgusting, sinful individual.
wrong.
No, I like Aiden.
Wrong.
True.
Correct.
I'm pro Aiden.
Aiden's a very
So
funny guy.
Aiden,
At
for
least
me-
according to the
right,
general populace.
Let's
of
not
this
talk about
planet.
Aiden until he comes on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Save it for the podcast.
Can I? I've become a lot less passionate about the Marvel movies. Like
Yeah.
No, I'm actually.
I
think
personally-
I'm
You're
actually-
a, you're a,
much
you're a
more
super
into
fan.
it.
there's
Me
it's
too.
it's
Me
it's
too.
it's starting to lose its like grip on me
It's
almost.
ended, so
And that's why I haven't been so hyped to watch the last movie. Like I realized I'm
Okay,
like
can I?
I'm starting to care less about this whole universe.
The last movie is.
completely disagree. I think Infinity War was arguably.
Forget it. Go.
I think that Infinity War, in my opinion, humble opinion, is the best Marvel movie, right? And I think that
Wrong.
I know, I'll get there.
Iron
I
Man
think-
1.
I think that it
Balance.
managed. Right, I'm sorry, but I think that what it did, if you were to give any group of filmmakers and they said, put together 15 movies and make it a coherent plot, also introduce a villain,
true.
also have him win. It could have been a train wreck, and it was not only handled adequately; it was handled very well.
Yeah,
I think that Thanos is. I'm not. This is maybe an overstatement. I think Thanos might be like the Darth Vader of like this generation. Like he's just like an essential villain.
I would give you that.
He is like
Yeah.
That's a
such, like,
big claim, though. I mean,
It's
Well,
not
Darth
the Night,
Vader-
It's not the Night King. Ugh.
I mean,
Sorry.
Darth Vader is ingrained in pop culture forever. That's a massive claim. You know that.
I do, and I really.
I think Thanos is also up there. Dude,
He's
you've
so
seen their box
influ-
office numbers is insane, dude.
Yeah, but
I don't.
Star Wars
think-
came
I'm
out in
not gonna-
'75.
Thanos is not.
77.
Big
I think
enough.
Thanos is up there with Darth Vader.
I don't think he's big enough.
I think
He,
Thanos
he will.
is-
He hold up. The Thanos will hold up.
I agree.
In my opinion,
Well,
actually, I
high
wanna
school
talk
reunion,
about
we'll talk
Thanos
about
as
this.
a
I
villain.
want to talk about Thanos for him.
Thanos as a villain, I just want to talk about this, and you guys can chime in whenever you want. I feel they did
Me
a
too.
good job of making him three-dimensional. At the same time, I feel it's kind of a cliche way of making him three-dimensional. You can compare him
Kills
to
me
a
you didn't
lot
watch
of...
Endgame. Kills me.
Did you watch Endgame?
Yes. And I want to talk about what happened so bad right
Do you
now.
guys want me to walk out the room?
I mean,
everyone's
if
said-
you want to walk out, you just
No,
said that
no,
you didn't really
it's
care
fine.
anymore.
It's fine.
No, I'm serious. I'll walk out.
No, just in case anyone else here...
No, yeah,
has
because
a-
there's
Oh
people in
yeah.
the chat.
Well, next time we'll talk about it. But
Well-
no, Endgame I think wrapped things up very well.
Yeah.
I
agree.
just want to say.
There's two things that annoyed me about it. But
No,
otherwise,
no.
I just said
Me too.
All right, just
two
nothing.
things that
Just
annoy
nothing.
me.
Just
Is that a spoiler?
Just nothing. Just nothing. Just
okay,
nothing. Just want to come with the thing. I already know someone died. Reddit ruined it for me. I should have sorted by new.
not-
No,
No,
that's the
that
opposite
is-
of what you
that
should
is
do.
the
R
no.
slash
Hey,
dank
don't go
memes
on
is full
Reddit.
of evil people. I'm just.
Oh,
gonna
they're
throw
the
that out
worst.
now, Yeah.
You wait, you stay on r/dank memes?
Yes.
Reddit's a no-go in general.
kinda-
Instagram's
kinda- no,
Is that
Thank-
what the normies are now? Are there normies on r slash dank?
Yes.
You gotta go to
course
OK
there are.
Buddy.
Of course
Normies,
there
there's normies all
Okay,
over
buddy,
Reddit.
retard is inexorably epic.
I'm quite happy with that. But
Wait, hold on. Thanos is the best sympathetic villain. Now,
okay, whoa.
no.
Call me. I'll discuss. I want to hear Michael's hot take on this. You have an audience.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's a good idea.
Actually,
Michael, you mind?
Michael, just call my number. We'll put you through.
We also need Ethan Wicks. He's like literally. He wants to talk.
He'll
Apparently,
come on after this.
him and Aiden.
Michael, call me.
Liza?
I think so.
I'm just
like Lazarus,
saying,
good kid.
Thanos is. He's a sympathetic villain, but he is not nearly as good of a sympathetic villain as you would think.
I think that Thanos.
What in your
this goes
opinion
without
is the best?
saying. This goes without saying.
Okay, one of my problems with Infinity War is you know the good guys are gonna win eventually.
Okay.
So like
what
you
I'm
just know.
saying-
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
You have-
Who are you? and Where you're from?
I'm saying
Wanna give us a name?
Yes, Matt.
sympathetic, like superhero realm film, like sympathetic superhero realm film.
Here, plug it back in.
Not really including like Dark Knight or like the Joker or anything like that. Although he's not really that sympathetic. I'm just saying that
Anarchist
Thanos, like his
I mean, we do live in a
monologue
society.
that he goes on, stuff like that. They really like somehow they convince a part of you at least to be like, wow, that's really something, and you actually get like caught up in the spectacle of it.
Well, yes,
It's
no.
not like he's the best villain ever, but he's definitely convincing.
That's
I
the
would
thing,
I would
yeah.
definitely agree with that. The thing is, there's a formula that you follow. I'm just gonna go off on a little tangent. there's a formula that you follow for creating a sympathetic villain. Is you portray them as very evil, insane, genocidal. Then you give them a more human side. You show them where they're wrong, and you show them a failure that they have, or let's just say they have a family that they're taking care of. And all of a sudden, this character is portrayed in a much different light. And then you have the characters still going on with their goals, some internal conflict. Thanos has this, and the thing is, it's not changed from what the standard formula is. And for that reason, I feel that he is lacking as a unique sympathetic villain.
I would have to disagree because Thanos, right? In my opinion, he's a perfect villain, perfectly written villain, at least written villain, because he has an understandable goal, right? Like he comes from a place of this. I had this idea of what to do. I proposed it. Nobody listened to me, and my entire planet died. Everyone I know and love about, right? So then we see that throughout the movie, he experiences loss. Like he has emotion. When he killed Gamora, he cried. Like he really, he's not a one-dimensional Ultron that's like, I want to kill people. Like that's my goal. So then, also finally, he's flawed. His theory is wrong. Like this has been brought up many times. If you have a problem with resource management, then just double the resources. Don't halve the population, right? But like stuff like that, or just like
Oil.
rework systems.
Bring democracy.
Like it's same thing on Earth. Same thing on Earth, right? Like we have people that are starving to death, but we also have food surplus in America. So it's just like if you rework the system, right? He has a flaw in that he has an innate evil to him, and yet I think that at multiple points in the movie, I did sympathize with him, and I understood at least his goal and his perspective. And I mean, Infinity War, I saw an amazing take, which was that he's the main character of the movie, and he is the protagonist because he's in the opening scene, right? You see him progress through achieving a goal and then ultimately winning in the end, and then he's the hero of the movie. He won, and so we look at it that way. I think like. Even if Infinity War and Endgame don't hold up, I think he will surpass that, and he will be a mainstay of popular culture.
I think you're right about the whole Thanos and Darth Vader thing, like the more I think about it.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I think in 25 years, people are going to be learning about Darth Vader in the history books, and Thanos is not going to.
Have you realized how big Avengers has come?
I don't
That
deny
is
that
true.
this is it's
It's
incredibly large,
Its
but
influence on the world is as big as Star Wars.
that's
like,
not true. See,
No,
that's
I
not
disagree.
true.
I disagree. I think 100%.
I think it
I think
is.
it
Well,
is
dude,
as well.
if you go
I think
today,
Absolutely not.
where
Because
we
you surround
have,
yourself with
if you go
fellow
today,
diehard
where we
Avengers
have
fans.
Well, that's-
Star Wars
I also
and
am
Marvel
surrounded by diehard
and
Star Wars fans.
Star Wars already has an established universe and established fan
And
base.
Star Wars going down the hill.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I don't deny that.
That's a
Star
whole
Wars is
different
I absolutely
killing
despise the new trilogy.
Yes, same
Star
here.
Wars
you-
is killing itself.
It is killing itself. You're so right.
As many as and I would argue that
Star
Avengers.
Wars
Star Wars is finished.
Yeah.
It's finished.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still here.
Don't worry.
Star Wars is done. I gave up on it.
I'm getting a lot of calls.
I think that's Ethan. He really.
All right, Michael, we're gonna talk to you later. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you. Hello.
Yo.
Who's this? Where are you
Who's
from?
this?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Yo.
Hi.
Who is this? Where are you
Hello.
from?
It's Aiden.
Uh,
Now, is this the good end or the bad end?
Or the ugly Aiden.
It's Laszlo.
It's kind of cringe.
It's so delayed on the TV, so it's kind of fucked up.
Just mute
Hey,
the
well-
TV.
Mute the TV. Talk to.
We have some serious business to discuss, Uzai and Will. We got this basketball game to
So it doesn't
play.
even sound like Aiden.
Yeah, no, that's Ethan now.
Yeah, that's.
What?
I think that's a topic
What are
for
we
discussion at a later episode.
Yeah.
About this about our basketball game.
Uzai.
Yeah, what's up?
I think it's a topic for right now.
Whoa.
You guys are talking about some-
Whoa, okay.
Whoa.
You can't just come on our show, dude.
Yep.
This is
bro.
the semi-formal podcast.
Yeah, you tell him, bro.
Oh, we got some beef.
Do we already have an enemy of the show as well as a friend of the show? Calls it every episode, berates us, leaves.
Who came up with the name?
I
This
don't
would
know.
be Ethan
I don't.
Marson.
That would be yeah.
Mr.
That'd be
Ethan.
me.
I wanted a different name. I'm not gonna lie.
Ready to end.
Well, our starter was Tokunk Vor, so we figured we should probably change that.
Whose house are you at?
My basement.
We're in
John's
a
basement.
yeah.
Alright,
We're
thank
in
you
a
We're in a
calling.
bunker.
nuclear
So,
bunker.
Alright,
We are-
did you just hang up with him?
He hung up.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, I see.
All right, let's get into something juicy. Juicy.
Are they still on the phone?
No, they hung up.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, Dylan's here. What's up, Dylan?
Oh.
Hey,
Dylan, congratulations on winning vice presidency today. Round of applause.
Yes.
Yeah, round of applause.
Congratulations, man.
Uncontested
Oh, should we bring
W.
up some-
the best kind.
Yes, yes.
Gotta love winning by default.
Controversial. This would be.
It is Randy Gossip.
It is Randy Gossip.
Whatever.
Ooh, the elections just as a whole, or
I mean,
I feel bad for Summer because she actually had
I told her to
good
her
points.
I feel bad
She
for
had
Carter.
great points, and okay, Carter, but he.
Look at it. No,
I-
he stood.
I think Carter was.
I honestly think he had good ideas with the
Me
with
too.
the reaching
2
out
by
to
toilet
his.
paper. Yeah.
No. But let me actually elaborate on this.
I
'cause
just don't think he's on right now. I just don't think that. I don't have anything to say. Actually, I think it was fun. I think Ari did a really good job. I do feel like Summer got screwed over though horribly.
Yes.
Where-
Absolutely.
where did she go,
All right,
lacrosse
Grayson, you
game?
want to call me
She
one
was-
more time? I'll beat
She
the crap
was
out of you.
she was denied the opportunity to give her speech to all 15 people that showed up to listen to them.
was
And
there actually only like?
Yeah.
there's not a lot of people there.
Really?
I mean,
Oh, hardly any.
Okay, there was 20.
I felt like I was getting thrown out the entire
25,
time.
25, 30.
It was
Probably
actually terrifying.
But
40% of the grade.
It is super unfair because like
No, Summer, I think was a great candidate, and I'm actually really happy that of everybody I got to run against, it was her
Speeches
because
had less impact in this.
I
this election.
completely disagree because when you listen to Summer's videos, she actually has some great ideas and she has some good points. Like she was president sophomore year.
But I
then
think
why
that
did she get voted out as president?
Because she was bad.
I wasn't
Because
here.
She
it
didn't
was
raise a lot of
to
money.
Derek and it's actually funny. It went Claire raised the least, then Summer, and then Derek made the most. So it literally went in order.
But Derek had the most opportunity to make the most money.
I agree. So I think Derek was dealt better cards, but not taking it away, he did.
Oh, he did very well.
Whatever.
I think objectively he's the best president of the three.
No offense to any of the other presidents.
Yes, of course. I mean, I have no beef with Summer or Claire,
think-
but
Dibsinator's in here. What's up, Dibsinator?
okay. Let me put my case for.
He said John was the best. Carter, I honestly think your speech was great though.
No,
let
your
me
speech-
plead my
my
case for
speech-
Carter.
My speech, I wanted to cry the entire time, and you had the most electric thing I've ever heard in my life. So I
The
think
two-ply toilet
honestly, that was
paper.
very well.
No, but
Very good
legitimately,
speech.
we moan him for the
Something
2-ply
else.
toilet paper, but going out of his way
I
to
took
reach
a
out
shit-
to the
I
people
took a
he's.
shit this morning, and I wish
yeah.
I had that 2-ply toilet paper. I'm
Furthermore,
telling you.
no, he did.
Definitely.
Carter did something that.
But his idea
I-
of reaching out to the people he will represent
Yes.
Yeah,
prior
that was
to
good.
taking
That was
making
really
a speech
good.
was a
That-
good
that
idea.
was round of applause
And not
for
to
that.
mention, he also ran for 4 years,
Yeah.
Respect.
which I respect.
I ran 1 year, lost an exchange student, and then never ran again. So
Yeah,
I mean,
he
I'm one.
That was
for-
was it Z-Tao? Because if so, that's excusable.
it
Otherwise-
was Vincent Bai.
that
And
guy's got pipes. I remember on the.
Guess,
Yes.
guess what? He didn't do anything when he got in, and
Was that-
all
that's the
you
same.
idiots voted for him. All my friends voted for him.
That
I
is
would've
true.
voted for you, I
That
promise.
is true.
As a
As
meme.
a meme, we did vote
So they
for
literally
you.
screwed me over, and he won, and I was so mad.
I
It was
probably
very
voted
funny.
for you. I very
Although
rarely
his
do that.
speech was very like
Okay,
inspirational.
let me explain this.
almost.
My speech was
But
like,
then-
all right, guys, I'm gonna get work done. He was like, I will change the world.
Like Winston,
No,
like
that
Winston
was
at
Winston.
like Winston
Oh, yeah,
at
yeah. I will end
I
world
will-
hunger.
I will eliminate the middle class.
We're gonna instill global communism and world hunger is just gonna
The
go.
suffragette and the proletariat will be one and the same.
It's super
You know,
funny.
actually, on the topic of global communism,
Oh boy, here we go.
what would you guys
We're
do
saving
if you
this for
were-
the Luke Denver War punk.
If
Yes,
you
we
guys
are.
were instated as king of the world, like you could do whatever you want, what would be your first decree?
Oh wow.
That's a really good question. So what do you mean king of the world? Like, how much power do I
I'd
have at my
appoint
disposal?
Andrew Yang as my right hand.
No Magna Carta, no restrictions.
So
you are
and
absolute
to be people
monarchs.
loyal to me,
Zero
like I have just whatever I
Checks
want
and
to do.
balances.
I would prioritize
Human
food
right.
distribution
Yes.
Wow, what a boomer.
immediately.
That's a real boomer idea.
Boomers are the opposite.
That's like
that was
yeah,
my
that's
Homer.
the opposite.
That was my
of
other
boomer.
unpopular opinion.
First thing I'd do is get 5-ply toilet paper.
I would have my
That would
all.
be hard.
That's
like
like
that's
That's just a
Yeah,
normal paper.
It's like 20 napkins, and you're just.
you're just wait.
100
cardboard. That's
wide.
literally
Your ass
cardboard.
with, like,
Yeah, that's right. Cardboard toilet paper.
that would hurt.
Have you guys ever
Leave it
resorted?
at. Leave it at.
You have to
fine.
control
yes,
the populace.
I have resorted to using my own underwear to wipe.
That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about
Oh,
the cardboard thing on
That
the
is a
inside.
lie. That is a lie. That's a lie.
Clip that.
Okay, boomer.
Here's funny.
Clip that.
What's worse, boomers or millennials? Somebody brought that up. The
Well, that's
other
a
day.
good
boomer.
question.
Who are worse?
Boomers.
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 Oh, that's hard.
Here's why I think that the millennials got screwed because
Why
they
are
were
millennials buying diamonds?
they were raised by the boomers. Like that's what people don't understand is that boomers created millennial, right? Like it's their own. It's their own. It's the result of their own inaction.
Not necessarily. What was it? Gen X. What was the
Gen X are in
generation-
their 30s and 40s.
Yes.
Are we
you
Gen
could
Z?
argue.
They're not
Where are
raising 20-year-olds.
What are we? What
in some cases.
Because we aren't
Yeah.
millennials.
We're
I guess
Gen
there is
Z.
some overlap.
We're
yeah.
Gen Z, right? That's
I
what
have a
thought.
cousin who's a millennial who was raised by Gen X.
Look, all I know is that the boomers they had
They fucked up a lot.
such an
Hacked up a
opportunity
lot.
to be they had such an opportunity to make America so amazing because they're coming off the war, right? They had the greatest economy the country's ever seen to date was 50s through 70s.
They messed up a lot. Yeah.
They were hippies. I don't understand how you can go from being hippies to what they are now, which is like hard, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that I think that is a shame more than anything, what they turned out.
I agree because they had so much power. They were probably the generation that could influence the most.
They still
About
are.
America,
They literally
if they could.
won Trump the election in 2016, and
true.
we're gonna not say that
But
name or
Not,
anything like that the
neither
rest of the day.
neither in a good way or a bad way do we mean that. We're just saying that they elected him.
They're a major part of the electorate, and I think also
Because they vote. That's the reason the millennials suck.
Well,
Because they don't vote.
See, now millennials have obvious arguments against.
Excuse me. Millennials as a whole. I'm not speaking about any millennial in particular. But millennials as a whole,
I just
they just don't vote, which is a
I
big
don't
reason
see
why they
anywhere in this
suck.
conversation.
Yeah.
Just don't have any.
I mean, really, me
Just
neither.
like they're people. There's a bunch of idiots. There's a bunch of smart people.
Yeah.
That's all I do.
I mean, and the thing
Gen
is,
Z's
like,
about to clap some cheeks.
And
millennials
That's all
don't
I'm
necessarily
saying.
fall
I-
for fake
cheeks
news.
are
and
You
the
say
same.
that, but I
Clap.
actually believe that. I think our
No, I think
generation's
we're gonna be
actually
pretty good.
very
Worldly.
So
understanding.
scared.
Weirdly
I-
worldly for our age. And
I
I think pretty much every
It's the
generation before
internet.
us has said that, but I think we're going to say it and we're actually
And
No,
here's the thing, right?
seriously.
we were the only generation that was raised off the internet. right?
voting monarchy. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, that's Michael. Yeah.
Thank you,
Listen.
George, for clipping that. I will
toilet
be
paper.
talking to you later.
Wait, who gave him moderator privilege to clip?
Hey, wait a minute.
Everyone's a
Is
moderator.
he a mod?
probably.
Oh, that's nice. All right, anyway,
I don't know how everyone became a moderator, but
that's fine.
It's pretty
yeah,
epic.
yeah.
So
I'm scared.
what were we just saying? No, but whatever.
Okay,
Um,
so Uzai, what would your decree be if you were king of the world? First one.
You can't use mine.
Unironically.
You can do whatever you want.
Wow.
No judging.
I know, that's a loaded question. I have
It's
no idea
basically
what
what
that's
issue
about.
I've-
permeates
or
most to you.
if I'm the king of the world, does that mean that like everybody's already been united under me?
Yes, they will.
And they're generally like,
bent
there
here
ci-
every will.
is there civil unrest?
I'm gonna instill pure communism.
That works
that
before.
means you wouldn't be
Yes.
the leader. You would just fall
I'd
from
accept
the
that.
position.
I'd accept that.
That's
That-
a noble.
okay,
That's a noble
that-
claim.
Oh.
That
wait.
is a boomer idea.
That makes
No,
I
it's not.
pure.
No,
I'm,
it's
so,
not.
I'm
It's
talking.
You don't
the
know.
opposite.
You're not a boomer.
I'm talking.
Yeah.
Listen.
Neither of us.
I'm talking Oneida community, like the United States in the early days.
I'm talking
no
Jonestown,
money.
drink the Kool-Aid, everyone dies.
Yes.
Mass murder,
Yes.
genocide.
Dude, I'm going back to like
This is
hunter-gatherer
white genocide.
stages, like,
Do you know what's crazy,
Honestly,
dude?
anarcho-primitivism has merits. Okay, I'm just-
Are you serious?
You are a buffoon,
I'm
bro.
just kidding, I'm just-
I go like,
And
ook,
those
ook,
two-
no government with rock.
He's getting somewhere.
We
He's
don't
getting
need
somewhere.
government. We have.
That is such a freaking Native American argument.
Let me explain something.
God,
Native
How do you-
American
How do
argument?
you
No, the-
prove
the-
is rock? Okay, see, that's anarcho-primitivism.
Yes. Quote
It-
Jonathan.
it's
No,
the
when I say the
associated
Native
property.
American arguments, I mean like whenever you get into a debate about someone with communism, and you say, well, in history that communism's never worked, and you bring up all the examples, they say, well, the Native American society is an example of communism that worked, and that's where I would say that's not communism either. That could be, what was the term you used?
Tribalism.
That's in fact anarcho-primitivism.
Anarcho-primitivism. I can't say the word, but
Words, yes.
I
Yeah.
I didn't think that was actually a thing. I thought that
Although,
was a
I mean,
genuine meme.
It is.
theory.
Wait, there's there's actually the uncontacted islands, right? In like Sri Lanka or whatever. That remember that missionary went there to go convert them to Christianity, and he got.
oh, and he got
murked?
bowed.
You mean
Yeah,
like
I remember
that-
that.
That's
like the
badass.
25
That is
The
badass.
North Seminole. I'm trying to go to the North Seminole
Hold on.
Islands and just like.
In theory, isn't communism like utopia? Like no
Yes,
money,
in
no
theory,
Oh,
yes,
yes,
no
in
exactly.
theory.
The theory of communism posits that there is no government. There is only
Is
people.
Spix out here?
There's only people. There's only the people, right? So there's no.
Alex is here.
There's no
Yes, we can
class
see
struggle.
We can see it, Alex.
Alex, there's no censorship, Alex. Don't worry.
There's no class struggle. There's no lower class
Yeah,
or
we
upper
have to
class.
censor words.
Everyone is worker.
Yeah.
But so there's no.
The
I know
problem is there's no
I know what it is.
incentive and people are greedy.
So that's what I'm saying.
naturally.
It has
Exactly.
only
It is.
ever existed in like a region of Spain for like 20 years or 15 years, and then it was shut down by the government. Like communism,
It could never work long term. It's
No,
physically.
it doesn't.
It's
Well, we
not
wouldn't-
physically.
I mean,
it's
fair
impossible.
it's fair to claim that based on past experience, but you also have to understand that, and this is a claim that's been made many times. Those were never. They never achieved communism.
They weren't real
Okay,
communism,
well,
guys.
that's because
Not
it's
real
impossible.
communism.
In
You
my opinion,
cannot achieve communism. You cannot achieve
greed is an innate
Yes,
human
You literally
Yeah, I
cannot.
agree with
thing, and
So,
and
I have
the,
a- I have
the
an opinion on
concept
that. I'll
of
tell you in a
greed totally dismantles communism as a whole.
Yes.
And also, for me, it'd be hard to live in a communist society just because of the lack of motivation.
communism,
What gets you up in the morning?
So
What?
Communist
I
society-
have two counter arguments to both of those. First of all, the first thing about what was it? What'd you say?
I said greed is an innate
I
human.
think that I have to disagree because
emotion.
as
No.
you look back in history, greed, like I'm talking about ancient history, like pre-civilization. Anyone that was greedy died. The only humans that ever survived had to work in groups.
I would argue the exact opposite.
Yep.
People
why do people
cell
gather in
even like
groups?
monocellular organisms are like innately selfish
Yeah.
because they need to sustain themselves. So
you
greed is an innate
Are
human.
selfish because you
In a
yourself
biological
will
sense.
not-
Yeah, because you have to survive.
Yes.
We've been
Exactly.
programmed,
Biology
yes.
programs
I completely
you
agree.
to-
To want is to be greedy.
Exactly.
Yes.
But no, people will give right to others in like because they just out of morality, and also I think that capitalism rewards greed, which is why we feel like
Yes.
it's such a part of our character, because from our inception, the world around us and our parents and our siblings and everything we are, if you're not greedy, if you don't save, if you don't do anything like that, if you don't go out to make money, you'll
You
fail.
fail, yeah.
So I think that capitalism rewards greed, and so that has taken on like almost as a human characteristic. But
While capitalism may reward greed, I think greed is always going to
But do you
exist,
want
and
to
that's why
what sucks?
communism-
One of what
Possibly,
sucks
but I
about
think
like
there are non-greedy
current
humans.
capitalism, and we talk about this all the time, is that capitalism right now, I believe, does not entirely reward effort and hard work.
market dictates labor
That's-
So
My volunteer firefighters, zero labor value. My mother, as a
zero.
stay-at-home mother,
Your
zero
your
labor.
mom, if you your
They
mom works
work
hard,
very
right?
hard.
Yes.
She is worth $0. The work that she does, right? And it's like, okay,
my mother works a job.
okay, oh well, all right.
That doesn't-
But-
Stay
but as a
hypothetical stay-at-home
mom.
mother.
But you understand what I'm saying, right?
That necessarily hard work does not equate to
But also,
money or
is
success.
the Goldman
Depends on the work that
Sachs
you do.
CEO who's making $25 million a year,
But I mean,
working 25,000 times harder than the guy who's making X amount of dollars or whatever.
But does communism do the same thing? If a guy wakes up in the morning, works his ass off all day,
this
compared to a
isn't
guy
a-
that wakes up in the morning and does nothing, they're all treated the same. So therefore, it would not reward hard work either.
I'm not going
I-
pro-communist right now. I'm sort of
Okay.
critiquing the current system.
I don't argue that
think
capitalism is a perfect thing. I'm not saying it is, but it's the only feasible thing.
Yes.
I do think that
I agree that capitalism
When you-
is the way
when
to
you-
go.
when you
It's
said
the way
that-
it's being done right now, it could use work and be tweaked a little bit.
Of course,
Just
it
to
can be
become
tweaked.
better.
Everything can
Everything
be
can be
tweaked.
tweaked.
But
you
I
what
think-
can't
drives
say that.
what drives you personally to do anything, to succeed, to try things.
to have
Wealth and
to gain.
happiness. Wealth and happiness.
Wait, I'm asking you personally. Like, what
Me
drives
personally?
what drives you to make any decision? Like,
My friends and family.
exactly. So when you say that people will
That's
not be motivated if there's no monetary success to be gained,
thought we
I
were,
disagree.
like, not
Open
going to
source,
this.
open
However
source,
many riot points I have.
open source coders, right? Anyone that's ever
I don't deny that charity will always exist. Charity is always going to exist, isn't it? What
Yeah.
as long as greed exists, I think that the innate ability to want to give back will also exist.
And so
There-
I guess
Ooh,
the
I
question-
disagree completely. If you look at the wealthiest people in the world, they donate a lot of money and stuff like that. But there's a lot of wealthy people, and when they make money, a lot of it doesn't go to charity. It just goes to
Well,
saving accounts.
not everyone is greedy. Just as not everyone will donate to charity.
That's like the whole thing behind lowering taxes is when you give money to businesses, who said they're going to invest it?
We're
in
not
this
getting
and that?
into this.
No, I'm just saying,
We're losing.
it-
we're losing
yeah.
viewers rapidly. We were at 20.
I don't care.
at
I
the
don't
start
care.
of this.
I don't care.
We're at
No, we were at
15.
21 when Justin was on.
You come back into the whole
Bring back
greed
Justin.
thing, and it's like when you're making more money, you just pocket it, and who says it's going to be given back, right? Because greed
And I
plays
think
a role.
also something
always.
to mention is that the way it works is that in capitalism, the effort, like the goods and service you produce, is, let's say I'm a business owner, right? So I'm willing to pay you money to give me a good or service, and then since I'm taking on the risk of running a business, right? Your
15.
your building or whatever your product that you're giving me must be worth more than what I'm willing to pay you for you to make a profit, right? This is fundamental
It's the-
economics.
yeah.
You understand this? It makes sense, right?
Yes.
So let's set that aside for now, that concept. You also have what is called shareholders, right? These are people who own not even a majority, but a large amount of stock in the company. The only thing they've done is bought the stock. They don't work at the company. That's important. They don't contribute to the company at all. 4 times a year, every quarter, okay, they are given what is called a dividend, which means that certain, I guess, amount of money is taken from the profits of the company and given to them. So this leaves the natural assumption, and I might be wrong, obviously, we all might be, but that if someone is willing to,
probably wrong.
if someone is going to make profit without producing any value, that means that someone is going to produce value without making profit. Like if someone is making money,
Are you doing the in capitalism?
yeah,
there's
I'm
always
saying
a
if someone
loser.
is making money without producing hard work, then that someone is producing hard work and not making money. It has to equal out. You know what I mean? So in order for like these shareholders who are making money purely just by having money and buying stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
here's what you're.
You
the
make
whole
money.
system-
Amfram gang. Somebody clipped Amfram gang.
Here's the whole.
Money,
whole
JCJ,
flaw with
what a mad
the
lad.
communist,
Yes,
the
Dr.
communist
TJ.
idea is that
What?
everyone has the same motivation and ideals. It's a homogenous society. Everyone is the same. They feel the same way. People are greedier than others. People are more selfless than others.
Yeah, that's
And
100% true.
as long as humans are different, there cannot ever be a fully functional utopian society. As long as there's one
so
thing, as
true.
long as there's original sin, I'm just using that as an
Yeah.
analogy. As long as people want, essentially, you cannot have utopia.
I don't mean to be dat boy, but I feel like we should start bringing this to a close, right?
Well, we're,
Well,
running
we
out-
have
we're,
10
we're
minutes.
closing out of time. So
We can continue this like next week probably. Right?
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree. That's a pretty loaded subject to try to do. in
Luke Denver
30
Vorsh.
and
definitely.
25
Yeah, we definitely
minutes.
need Luke Denver for on here.
That's
yeah.
true. We also need a right-leaning guy that's just as good as him, because that guy is a very good debater.
Sebi wants to bring-
He's misinformed, but he's very good at.
He's not misinformed. I think he's
He's
way smarter than you think.
Oh, he's a very smart person, but I personally
You
but-
disagree with
What
his
I-
opinions.
Exactly, I disagree with his opinions,
But
but he's a very
seriously-
good debater, which
I
he'll
seriously
cream
think
me in
he
a
can-
debate.
I think he can change your mind about a lot of things you'd be surprised about.
I'd like to talk
Because
about that.
I've had a few things that I thought like which weren't very like libtard, and he
Just a little.
You know what's very
time.
interesting? Justin Ronaldo and Michael Cunningham. They seem, and John knows this. They seem crazy. Like, let's not lie.
they are crazy.
It's like
But when
Thanos.
you get into a topic, when you get into a conversation with them, they make sense, and it's borderline scary.
We gotta go. We gotta.
No. Excuse me. I'm not saying I agree with them.
No. It
I'm
is
not.
terrifying because they're gonna say things and then you've never heard them before and you have no idea how to respond. Like I was having a conversation the other day
Yeah, you don't have a counter argument because you've never heard anything so crazy.
and he just goes, "But why is equality important?" And then and then I thought about it for a second. I was like,
Because
What?
it's equality.
Is equality
I've not
inherently
only
important?
never heard that. I don't know how to respond.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ryan Ronaldo.
Well,
Ryan
I guess
Ronaldo,
makes
thank
sense
you
isn't
for-
the word, but they're so out there
They're
that
logically sound.
yeah, in their own
No,
heads, they're logically sound.
And
Because they have-
They are
Good
really
misspelling
confident when
of
they
Michael.
say
Because
stuff
they
like that.
have different ideals than us.
the basis of all their arguments comes from a different place than ours, too,
Exactly.
which is
It's exactly their monarchist argument with the keeping the faith in check, which is
Ben
in many
Shapiro.
of our eyes seemingly outlandish. Because I would venture a guess to see that none of us are religious. One of us.
Not active. Like, kind of.
I'm an
I went to
atheist.
this
like,
Hindu
strict
temple the
atheist.
other day. I had a good time.
I went to a Satanist temple the other day. Just hanging out.
That's crazy. Wait, no one here
Just
is
hanging out,
religious.
just fooling.
Yeah, we need to get a.
Isn't that
Oh,
crazy?
that's a
I'd
big.
say
I think we gotta have
yeah.
Michael and Justin on for.
We need to get we need to get
spiritual-
Michael,
It's
Justin,
getting
Luke
dark
all
real
in the
fast.
studio. We can't have Luke call in because then he'll get creamed. We need to have
Yes, I agree.
Luke, you, Justin, Mike, and
Just
a centrist.
Spamming two polite toilet paper.
Centrism is the devil.
And we need like a centrist.
So you guys can follow.